Eagles. Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to a Football Friday edition of Birds 365 here on JAKIB Sports. We are now 2 days away, everybody, from the Eagles' divisional round matchup and 1 day away from the NFL divisional round matchup kicking off. I'm your host, Zander Krause, here on Birds 365. That's my co-host, John McMullen, the #1 Eagles beat reporter in town. Johnny Mac, how you doing on this Football Friday, brother? A big playoff football.
Yeah, we're almost there, thankfully. I think it's going to be a good weekend for the Philadelphia Eagles, if I haven't hinted that during the week. I like this matchup. Not that I wouldn't have liked Minnesota as well, but I particularly like this matchup simply because I think the Rams front will be overwhelmed, defensive front. And now all the talking is almost over, and we can get to game time at some point. You know, probably something I haven't brought up too is, the Rams played on Monday night.
Right.
Enough. Short week for them. They had to play in Arizona because of the wildfires. They had to go back to Los Angeles. They got that short week coming all the way over to the East Coast and the weather part of it as well. So if they pull this one off, it would be something. I would say that.
You tip your cap to them, right? Well, we'll get into some of that game today. I want to welcome and thank everybody for being here this morning on this Football Friday. And for those who are watching after the fact, we appreciate you checking in and watching the show. Hit that like button for us if you enjoy the program. If not, all good, but liking does help us out in a big way. And we have been crushing it on the likes here on Birds 365. So leave your comments down below if you're watching after the fact. If you're here in the live chat, leave your comments in the live chat. Hit that like button, and we will be sure to interact with you guys some today. We have a great show planned for you. In hour number 2, we have Ed Kracz, the return of Ed Kracz. He's had a busy couple of months. He's been over internationally, traveling the world. He's done a lot of things, so we'll catch up with Ed.
Got a lot of international travels. Mike Gills in Thailand. Hope he made it.
I saw Mike putting out some tweets the other day from Thailand. I was cracking up at. So we'll have Ed Kracz in hour number 2. Looking forward to talking to him, John. And let's get into this game a little bit. I know we've talked about it all week long, and obviously, but both of us feel good about it. John, yesterday I brought up let me play the other side, because I said normally on the channel, there's 3 main guys on the channel. There's me, there's you, and there's Dan Cilia. Normally on the channel, it's not an echo chamber. Normally you're thinking differently than Sills, than me, and there's a good camaraderie. There's a good conversation with differing opinions. Well, we all feel like the Eagles are going to blow the Rams out this weekend. And now I'm wondering, okay, let me play the other side of it a little bit. So, John, I will pose to you, and I still feel as though the Eagles will destroy this team just because of that trench battle that you mentioned at the start of the show today. But I will mention, I was listening to Dan Orlovsky, whether you like him or you don't like him, I get it. But he did bring up a good point about this Rams team. They're the only team left in the NFC that's got a Super Bowl coach and a Super Bowl quarterback. They're 5-1 together, that coach and quarterback combination, in playoff football since Matthew Stafford arrived in L.A. Matthew Stafford is 18 touchdowns, 3 picks, and a super high passer rating. I think it's north of 112. That's a pretty good combination. I'm not saying that that's going to be enough to overlift the Rams over the Birds. I feel like we have just the better roster, the better trenches, the better team. But if there's one way to do it, John, in the playoffs, it's with a great coach and a great quarterback. And I don't want to go to sleep on them. Hopefully the Eagles are, and it doesn't matter if we do, but it matters if the Eagles do. But just your thought on that part of the Rams and having that kind of Super Bowl pedigree and experience in the 2 most important parts of the team, and that's the coach and the quarterback.
Lazy, I would say. I've talked about Sean McVay a lot this week. I think people don't listen. I think he's a very good coach, but simply because of people like that, he's a little bit overrated because he has to be. He's been the head coach of the Rams for 8 years. They won 1 Super Bowl. That means they lost their last game 7 of those 8 years.
Right.
So I don't know what relevance that has other than people place this overriding purpose. Oh, he won a Super Bowl. And in the case of Matthew Stafford, and I'm glad I've been talking about Matthew Stafford. When we started this show and it was Jody Mack and I would talk up Matthew Stafford, how good he was, how he's viewed in the NFL. And Jody's like, he's always lost in Detroit. I'm like, you need a supporting cast to win.
Yeah.
But Matthew's been playing for 16 years. And again, I don't think too many people, you heard Vic Fangio. I always talk about people in the league. You hear Darius Slay. They're in awe of the guy. He's a great quarterback. I've always said he's a great quarterback. He's played 16 seasons. He's won 1 Super Bowl. You know, I mean, I don't know why people lean on that.
Right.
Call it low-hanging fruits. You know, again, was it Jalen Hurts a fault or Nick Sirianni's fault that they lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs? Probably not. You know, people,
well, you know, Jalen had the fumble, but I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, but I mean,
I hear you. I mean, both of them delivered the goods and had a good
exactly,
game, so,
exactly. So, yeah, I don't. To say I pay no mind to that type of thought process. I mean, usually I leave open the door. Like if somebody says, "Hey, is so-and-so going to go come to Philadelphia or so-and-so going to leave Philadelphia?" I'll go 99%. You always leave the door open.
Right.
I'll go 100%. That doesn't mean a damn thing. That aspect of, oh, we won a Super Bowl and they won a Super Bowl together. It's more imposing to me that Matthew Stafford's really, really good.
Yeah, that's a better take, right?
Yeah. And you know, Sean's a good coach, but again, 7 out of 8, you know, that ain't a good batting average. And by the way, it is a good batting average because it's hard to win Super Bowls, really hard. And the assumption that, you know, I always say Bill Belichick and Tom Brady broke people's thinking to think, oh, you can do what they did it. No, you can't. No, that's never going to be replicated. And Patrick's going to make a run at it. And maybe will, but even Patrick Mahomes, as great as he is, even as great as Andy Reid is, I doubt they reach that level. I doubt it because something will happen at some point. It's just the odds are against them. It's really, really hard. And to reach that top level and have that consistency is even harder than doing it 1 year. So, yeah, I would say that's low-hanging fruit, as they say. I'll take the better team, and the Eagles had the better team, and they're playing at home, and they have the longer rest, and they match up. I'll take that group, even if you don't believe in Nick Sirianni, even if you don't believe in Jalen Hurts. I'll take that group.
Yeah, now you're not dealing with somebody who hasn't been able to handle the moment in Philadelphia. Both coach and quarterback have proven that they can handle that moment. But John, you got to put some stock, in the at least the experience of getting there. I mean, we just watched Sam Darnold. You know, what did we talk about all year? Wow, 14-3, or wow, what a season for the Vikings. Let's just make sure that when the lights get bright, he plays well. Well, as you called it on Monday, an all-time stinker. I don't expect to see that from Matthew Stafford because he does have that experience and that pedigree, and maybe
he's also
you might just chalk it up to more talent and a better football player, but I don't.
Yeah, he's also better.
Right,
he's also better football player, and he's got more talent, so that's a big part of it as well. But you know, he's got tremendous experience. He's been in those types of situations. He was on a lot of bad teams in Detroit. So you need help. It's not quarterback versus quarterback. It's not coach versus coach. It's going to be a lot of other players contributing to what I think is going to be an Eagles win. Then that go far beyond Jalen Hurts. So I don't like boiling it down to coach and quarterback or quarterback versus quarterback. You know, we always have the Eli Manning discussion. I mean, the stars of those Super Bowls were the New York defensive front. Nobody remembers it. Nobody cares. Unfortunately. So for the people that boil it down to quarterback versus quarterback, coach versus coach, that's a big deal. I would say for the people, and Dan should know better, let's be honest. He played the game. he knows how much goes into it. He knows.
Yeah, I don't think he was saying it like the Rams are going to win the game. I think he was more saying it like, hey, don't go to sleep on this team. You know, like I know.
Well, I
the
mean,
better,
they're a
but,
good team. I don't want
yeah,
to say they're not a good team. And they're on a heck of a run, and they're hot, and that's why people latch on to them, because it
right.
tends to be who gets hot at the right time. And they're the team that's gotten hot, and they're coming off this ultra impressive performance. But again, poor offensive line, injury, Darisal's not there.
Yeah.
Backup left tackle, they had to trade for him. He gave up 10 pressures, I think, Cam Robinson. Awful game.
I think, what was it, 9 sacks that they had last week?
9 sacks. And you're going against the Philadelphia Eagles with Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, and Mekhi Becton and Cam Jurgens and everybody. I mean, they're not getting 9 sacks.
No.
First of all, the Eagles are only going to freaking throw it 21 times. They're not getting 9 sacks. And they're going to get pushed on skates like they were the first game, where they were playing, by the way, in better conditions on a fast track, so to speak. Now they got to come to Philadelphia in mid-30s, whether the snow comes or doesn't come. It's not going to be the nicest. Could be worse, but it's not going to be the nicest atmosphere, like the pristine conditions. You don't think they're going to get put on skates with that offensive line?
Yeah, right.
I'll believe it when I see it.
There you go. The voice of reason here, Johnny Mac, breaking down this Eagles versus Rams game on a football Friday. Everybody preparing for the divisional round of the playoffs. John, not to get depressing with everybody, 11 or 12 minutes into the show today, but I'm sitting in my studio last night here. It's 8 o'clock, and I'm finishing up my work, and I turn my chair normally like I do on a Thursday night, and I click on a Thursday night football game. No matter how shitty it is, I normally click it on. Last night I came to the realization, or I guess that realization set in. We have 8 big football games left in the season, John. If you include the national championship, you have 7 NFL playoff games left. You have 4 this weekend. You'll have 2 next weekend for the conference final, and then a Super Bowl, and you'll have a national championship on Monday night. We got 8 games left, Johnny Mac. I will be watching every play of those 8 games. I'll have to rewatch the Sunday night game because we'll be on the post-game show. But 8 games left, John, on the football year.
Yeah, I'm not as depressed as you, simply because
I'm depressed.
I find the offseason so much more intriguing. I mean, but that's me. I just find it like.
No, I do find it intriguing, but I mean, like I told you, how many times have I told you I'm not a TV guy, I'm not a movie guy. So football is my TV and movies, and now it's gone. So it's gone. So I might, you know what I might do, John? I might pull a Jeff Kerr this offseason and just start going into the NFL archives and watching some old games like that.
I'll be watching Netflix, and I'll be catching up on all that kind of stuff.
On your shows, yeah.
And WrestleMania season starts. I don't, and to me, like, it's intriguing that the New York Jets have interviewed 33 candidates for general, trying to prove that they're doing their due diligence. That kind of stuff is intriguing to me. So much more intriguing. To be honest. And I think it's, but I get it. I mean, people that love football want to see football games. So I get it from that perspective. But I think you're already at that point. I mean, as you mentioned on Thursday, you don't have all the games. To me, it's depressing. All right, this game stinks. I can move over to this game or this game. The standalone games are always a problem for me anyway. When you have on Sundays, when you have 10, 11 games going at the same time, even if I'm at a game following along, I could say, oh, this game's close. Let me check in on, see what's happening there. You don't get that anyway as it whittles down. So I'm already past that point where, there's so little and they're all standalone games. I'm already past that point.
No doubt. We get a good comment here from my guy, Bombay Trippy. Big Z's going to Thailand this offseason. Bombay, that's one thing I can guarantee you I will not be doing. Actually, Bombay, I might go as far as to say I might never grace Thailand in my life. Okay, Bob?
Yeah, I'm probably not.
I
gonna
love
go
you,
to
Mike
that.
Gill, but I might never step foot in Thailand in my life, and it won't bother me one iota.
Depends where your eventual wife steers you, man.
I'm
That's
telling you right now, that ain't happening. Thailand, honey, I canceled the card. Find a new location. All right.
It's beautiful there if you go to the right
You know, I
spots.
might be wrong, but I've never been a travel bug guy, John. But SMD brings up a good point too, talking about the end of the NFL season here. The NFL is entertaining all year round, free agency, the draft, OTAs, training camp. SMD, precisely what you just said is why Birds 365 exists, and we go all through the year. We do not end after the football season. We keep chugging along, so there's no doubt about that. Good stuff there. Johnny Mac, let's talk about this Kellen Moore thing real quick. I do want to get back into the game,
Yeah,
and
I
we will
wanted
do
to,
that.
but please don't use that as an excuse. I'm
Oh
not
my
talking
God.
to
That is the
you.
last thing I will be using.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not talking to you. I'm talking to the fans. Please,
yeah, no,
I
that's not
beg of you.
If anything, actually, if you're going to say it's going to be a factor, well, shit, look at Detroit, then they're screwed.
Oh
If you're
my
saying it's
God,
gonna be a
yeah.
factor.
They got a but yeah, Detroit has got
They got 2 coaches who are getting interviews like crazy.
and tons of interviews. I mean, it happens to every good team. It's not rare. It happens every year. People act like it doesn't happen every year. I just wrote about this last night on Sports Illustrated. You know, Nick Sirianni was talking about it a couple years ago because all the Gannon stuff and what happened there. And I'm not going to re-legislate that, but it's fucking stupid. Nick said it's fucking stupid. He's been through it. It happens to every team. He explained that it's not like you're doing like a college final and you're up all night. These guys understand. They have agents. They know they're going to get interviews. They put together this stuff. If they're good candidates, if they're smart, they already have all their ducks in a row. Again, they're not sitting there focused on they're human beings. Kellen Moore maybe had to brush off the snow from his car last night. Maybe he had to pick up dinner. They're human beings. They have downtime.
Right.
There's no preparation not being done for the Los Angeles Rams. And I guarantee you, Zander, I guarantee you, if the Eagles lose before winning the Super Bowl, in other words, if they don't win the Super Bowl, there will be a bunch of fans blaming Kellen Moore getting interviews with the Cowboys and the Jags and the Saints.
Yeah, I mean, even someone on TV went back and said people are blaming the Eagles for the 22 Super Bowl on that. I mean, like,
oh my God,
happened,
it was Odd Show. I'm like, come on, dude.
I mean,
I'm like,
well, I said this too, because I said this yesterday, speaking on a different factor. People are mad at Kellen Moore, and I'm like, yo, you cannot be mad at Kellen. Think about this. How many times have we seen football teams, John, scapegoat a guy, fire a guy?
Brian Johnson.
They don't give a shit about
No.
you. Kellen Moore has an opportunity to go and get a head football coach. He's putting himself in the best spot to have a 30-year career in the NFL. He doesn't give a shit about the Eagles. You might not want to hear that, but that's the truth. And you can't knock Kellen Moore.
There is no loyalty.
Yeah, there's never going to be. I mean,
even a team as, the Eagles are more continuity driven. They're not the Steelers, but they're more continuity driven than most. And, they blow out people all the time when they don't, including a Super Bowl winning coach 3 years after he won the Super Bowl, where I still tell the story all the time. I was in Minneapolis at the hotel bar with a bunch of other writers after that game. And, I remember saying, well, he's got a lifetime dispensation card.
Yeah.
Winning a Super Bowl in Philadelphia. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Lifetime dispensation. And lasted 3 years.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Brian Johnson, there's so many scapegoating, whether it was Mike Groh, Press Taylor, if you want to go back to the Doug Peterson era. This era, Brian Johnson, Sean Desai, scapegoating. That's what happens in the NFL. So, yeah, to blame any of these guys, and they all have ambition for the most part. Where you get lucky is a guy like Vic Fangio who's already done it and says, I don't want to do it anymore. So you don't have to worry about a guy like that. But that's rare to find. The Eagles had it with Jim Johnson as well, who didn't want to be a head coach. Vic doesn't want to be a head coach anymore, so they haven't had to deal with that. If you look at Detroit, I mean, everybody wanted to interview Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, both of them.
Yeah.
It is, and it's better. And Howie explained for people that were listening, it's better than the alternative, where you stink and nobody wants your coaches.
Yeah, that's so true.
And by the way, it works. If you stink and nobody wants your coaches, you fire them anyway.
Right. But if you're going to be mad at somebody, you can't be mad at Kellen Moore.
No,
it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me, the revolving door right now. And I'll tell you why. We're 15-3 right now. And you would agree, right, John, that we have a chance, not saying we're going to win. We have a chance to win the Super Bowl. You agree with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got a first-year coordinator.
Yeah.
You got a first-year coordinator from Kellen Moore in here right now. So, look, this is the revolving door. This is part of being a good team. And if you really dislike it so bad, then be upset with the organization, because it's the way that they've chosen to go with Nick Sirianni. So, I don't have an issue with it. I'm not going to be mad at Kellen Moore about it. I will say this, John, and I'm an Eagle fan, and people will be pissed off at this element of it. Kellen Moore's in Dallas. He comes over to Philly for 1 fucking year, then he leaves to go back to Dallas. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A division rival you come in from, and then you go right back to the division rival. People are not gonna like.
Well,
that.
He did go to the Chargers one year before, and then went to the Eagles. But Jerry Jones probably should have shown, but he doesn't, and that's why he doesn't show the courage of his convictions. He probably should have just elevated Kellen Moore at the time. But he was 34, whatever. That's very young.
Well, Stephen Jones actually, Stephen Jones talked to Cilio about this and said if Mike was going to be let go, Mike wanted autonomy. He wanted the chance to have autonomy of his offense.
Well, yeah, and he gave it. It was sort of like a Chip Kelly thing, where Jeffrey Lurie, probably his biggest mistake, he's like, well, let's give him the autonomy and see what he does with it.
Exactly.
To prove, which is dumb. But and Jeffrey will admit it was a bad decision now. But that's a dumb way to do it. If you believe in somebody, you should believe in them. And he went the other way to sort of prove that Mike McCarthy couldn't do it or whatever. And they are where they are. And ultimately, he likes headlines. I don't think he'll have the courage to hire Deion Sanders or Jason Witten. So ultimately, if you're asking me today, I would bet on Kellen Moore being the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I would go down that route too. So we'll see what ends up happening there. A couple super chats, John. We'll hit them now. Appreciate everybody for being here this morning. Like I mentioned before, don't forget to hit that like button. All right, it's Football Friday, and this is a special Football Friday. It's a divisional round of the NFL playoffs. All right, I mean we got 8 teams left, everybody in the NFL. So enjoy it here. Suo Blaze checks in. Good morning, Suo. Keith, 99 cents. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. Thank you for the $1. Eduardo Reza checks in. Morning, gents. John Sills had an interesting segment yesterday regarding replacements if Moore were to get a head coaching gig. What are your thoughts for those 10? Now, I would assume John doesn't know the names he said, but I will ask you if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, Kevin Patullo. End of story.
You think they'll promote from within?
Yeah. I think Nick has gotten a strong foothold again. And if we're up to Nick, last year probably already be the offensive coordinator. That's his right-hand man. Passing game coordinator, I think would happen pretty quickly, pretty seamlessly, to be honest.
Well, Kevin Patullo is the passing game coordinator, you said?
Yes, and the associate head coach as well.
Okay, well, passing game coordinator?
Yes.
Am I missing something here?
Well, why is Kellen Moore being a head coach?
Well, that's
same thing.
John. Jerry Jones lives in a world that what are you going to do? Jerry Jones makes decisions that sometimes.
Well, I would say passing game coordinator and also associate head coach. He is the closest person to Nick Sirianni on this staff. He's his right-hand man. He's been his right-hand man since day one, for people that don't know. And like I said, now he has a stronger foothold in the organization again. And I think that would be enough to get it. Now, maybe Jeffrey says, no, we got to go outside the org. That's what he did last year. Which, by the way, it hasn't even worked. By the way, it hasn't even worked.
Well, that's why I'm asking about. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to hate on Kevin Patullo. I'm not about to get into a segment where we talk about the passing game all day. But I mean, we've talked about it on the show all year long. Maybe the one deficiency of this football team, it's not defense, it's not D line, it's not O line, it's not running backs, it's not wide receiver, it's the passing game. I mean, that's the one.
If you want an outside the box guy, always go to Josh McCown. You talked about the Eagles. The Eagles wanted to hire Josh as a coach straight off the field. And I remember writing at the time, they should make him offensive coordinator because they were blowing out. I forget who it was at the time. Probably Krause.
Remember, he's the one who put lipstick on the Sam Darnold pig all year.
Yeah.
Quarterback's coach in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna. Sam played well, but I'm not gonna go that far that he was a pig. He had a bad 2 games.
It was just an expression.
But I mean,
if big come back out though, John, when the lights got bright, Josh couldn't save him.
No, and nor could Kevin O'Connell or Wes Phillips, who's their offensive coordinator. But Josh is a guy who the Eagles probably should have hired way back then. And he still wanted to play, and he still kept playing as a backup quarterback at the time. So that complicated matters. But I always said, they wanted to start him out like, quality control, that type of thing, the old routes, and then you go to quarterbacks coach, and then you go to coordinator. And I said, if they offered him the OC job right away, he might have rethought it and said, but. Anyway, I remember writing about it at the time. So if Jeffrey forces him to go outside the organization, and he very well might in this type of situation.
Yeah, I was thinking too.
Then I know how much that organization likes Josh and respects Josh. So there's a guy I would say, and if you also think about Nick Sirianni. Unfortunately, Tommy Reese is a guy he's very close to, but he just got the OC job in Cleveland. That would have been a guy to keep an eye on. Marcus Brady, he brought in, worked with him in Indianapolis, and brought him in here.
Somebody who's got some ties to a dual threat quarterback. I want somebody that, I'm not trying to criticize Kellen, but Kellen had no experience. I mean, Kellen came from a 4,500-yard passer with Dak Prescott and then Justin Herbert, who's, obviously his skill set is his big arm. That's not Jalen Hurts' skill set. I would love to get somebody that, potentially, and maybe a quarterback coach in Baltimore or one of these guys that knows.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I bring up Brady because he was here as a consultant the same year leading up to the Super Bowl as Vic was, for the 2-week span. He was here that year. He's a former CFL quarterback, former offensive coordinator. I forget what he was doing this year, but he's a guy I would keep an eye on. But if Nick has his druthers, he just elevates Kevin Patullo. And he should be able to. So that's where I am.
Yeah, good stuff, Eduardo. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Good conversation there. I did want to talk to John about that, so happy we got the chance to do it here on this Football Friday. Alexander Harris checks in. Good morning, guys. My birthday today. Can I get me a JAKIB Sports happy birthday? Happy birthday, brother. We appreciate you being here.
Happy birthday, January 17th.
Yeah.
We got to remember that, Alexander Harris.
Alexander, I'll do my best to remember remember that birthday, but no promises. All right, brother. You might have to drop me another super chat next year on January 17th. But I appreciate you being here, brother. Happy birthday to you. Let's go get this win on Sunday. All right. Maybe that'll be the best birthday gift you can get. John, you mentioned something a little bit ago, all right, when we were talking about coach and quarterback. And, you brought up the Eli Manning Giants and some of that stuff. Well, I will ask you then coming into this divisional round game. And we will start on the offensive side of the football. I guess this answer will be easier than I anticipated before I started speaking the question. But who's going to be the MVP of this team on this playoff? We got a couple games left. If they win this week, and we all assume they're going to, or at least feel like they're going to, is it as simple as Saquon Barkley's going to take us to the promised land, or what, Joe?
Well, I think are we talking about this weekend or the entirety?
Well, I think you could talk about it as this weekend and then maybe extract.
Well, this weekend, I think, it's pretty simple. Just bully ball it into the NFC Championship game. Then it might have to change a little bit. And, you kind of hope the Pittsburgh team shows up, throwing the ball all over the place, effective. Light switch turns on, they can do it. So this week, I think it's pretty simple. Don't overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go out there and beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I saw something on X. One of our I forget who it was. Dang, I'm blanking on who it was. Oh, it was Philly Mike. I don't think you know Philly Mike, John. Philly Mike is a great YouTube channel. The Philly Talk podcast. He's excellent. But he put out a tweet, Jalen Hurts is going to have another. So this is what you were looking for game. And I'm like, Mike, no, we don't need that this game. Just run the ball with Saquon Barkley, destroy him in the trenches, and we will win this game easily. This is not a game, I believe, that we need Jalen Hurts to start throwing the ball all over the yard. I don't believe that at all. I think this is the best time to just stick to what got you here. It's actually a gift to have this team in the divisional round because of that, John. If you had to go up against a different team, you might be looking at this like, oh, geez, we're going to have to be something different or work in that passing game. And that'll be a conversation probably for next week on the show, assuming the Eagles move on. But I feel damn good about this game, man. And I don't think the Eagles should try and do anything different other than what led them on a 10-game winning streak this year.
Yeah, I agree. And I've seen no evidence that they want to move away from the way they've been playing. And why would they? I mean, they keep winning football games. So,
yeah, right.
In the Pittsburgh game, they did a pretty good job stopping Saquon, and they were able to toggle a little bit. So if by that, strange occurrence that happens, they'll have to do it. But I don't think they want to do it. I don't think they should be able to stop him. Pittsburgh had a legitimate defense. I don't think not that the Rams don't, but again, the style is different. Pittsburgh was very physical, is very physical. This is more of an undersized athletic group. The Rams, I think the style points to, as it did. I mean, in a historic season,
right,
one of 9 players in the history of this game to rush for over 2,000 yards. Saquon Barkley's best game, and he had a bunch of them, was against the Los Angeles Rams. I don't think that's a coincidence.
No doubt about it. We'll see what they do offensively in this game. I think it's pretty simple, and that's what I would expect to see in this football game. I'm happy that the Eagles went this route. I know we've talked about the passing game, and I understand that it's not ultimately what the team envisioned at the start of the year. But, John, I think we have, if you do this for another, do we have a historic offensive line? Maybe not historic, but this offensive line is so big, so beastie, and so freaking good. It just makes sense to me. Like, they just decided to ride those guys, and can we blame them?
No, but they've had this type of offensive line before. I mentioned earlier in the week, we were talking to Lane about this on Wednesday. He got asked that specific question. Is this one of the best offensive lines you've ever been on? And he's like, we had some good offensive lines. I mean, when Brooks was here, Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson on the same side, with all due respect to the season Mekhi Becton is at, he ain't Brandon Brooks, Cam Jurgens done a phenomenal job replacing a legend, but he ain't the legend. Jason, he ain't
Right.
Jason Kelsey. Even Jordan Mailata will tell you he's not Jason Peters, and Jason Peters is prime. They've had a lot of good offensive lines in the Jeff Stoutland era. A lot of good offensive lines. Now I'm trying to think. Dickerson might be the best left guard they've ever had.
Yeah, he's a beast. Did you saw his?
They've had some good ones.
I know you're not an Eagle fan, John, but you must have felt something in your blood when you watched that Landon Dickerson 20-second hype video.
No, zero.
Nothing.
Nothing.
John, I'm fired up, baby.
Nothing.
I love Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, I mean that I'm sure it's great, but yeah, that does nothing for me.
Oh, dude.
I mean, people were bringing up the hype thing about the special teams, Saquon telling whatever he told the special teams to go out there, and then all of a sudden Oren Burks, they do that every game. They hype every time they kick off, but you edit it, and here is the bubble. I mean, that's just football.
Well, no, that's different. I thought Landon was. I mean, win, lose, or draw. That was.
Landon likes to drop the F-bombs. I know that. So does Jordan. A lot of cursing going on with that offensive line.
Oh, absolutely.
I like the fact that they're all
people playoff football, baby. People dream of this shit. We some dream crushers around here, baby.
They're all good dudes, which is amazing to me. Because they're so good. Generally, you get big egos. No egos in that room. And I think that's a testament to guys like Kelsey and Peters. They always talk about the standard, living up to it. Lane is going to the Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned. And he's incredibly humble. You saw, what got me a little bit? Mekhi Becton being emotional about making the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, that was cool.
That kind of stuff gets me more than, Landon's a psycho and he's going to say,
don't never underestimate the value of a psycho, John. All right. That is a value.
No, it's a good thing to have on the
physical
field.
Offensive line.
I mean that in only a good way for people that don't. I mean that in a football violence way. Off the field, he's a nice guy. That's always interesting. And, you get these guys on the field and they're just killers. Yeah.
Yep, no doubt about it. Let's go to that defensive side of the ball, John. Who will be the guy that sticks out, the guy that makes the big play, the guy that is ultimately the defensive MVP of this team? And we'll stick with just the divisional round right now. But if you want, you can extrapolate and talk about the whole playoff run. But we got the Rams coming up. Who will be the defensive MVP of this game, or the defensive player that just makes a big play, makes a moment, creates a turnover, whatever it might be?
Well, the defensive MVP of this team is Zach Bond, rightfully so.
Right.
But the most important player on this team is Jalen Carter, and he has been the entire year. He's the guy everybody game plans for. He's the guy everybody tries to stop. He's the guy everybody plays off of. Milton Williams is going to make a lot of money this year, this offseason. It might be here, it might be somewhere else, but either way, he should thank Jalen Carter. Not that Milton's not a good player, because he's a really good player, but teams are so hyper focused on what they have to do to stop Jalen Carter. It creates opportunities for others. And he's the guy. The easiest way to get to any quarterback is right up the middle. And that's why all year, people are, the Eagles pass rush, the Eagles pass rush. The Eagles have one of the 2 or 3 best pass rushers in football in the entire league. But it's not conventional with the edge rusher. So think about it. I'm pulling up PFF, best pass rushers in football. Number 1, Pittsburgh, which is correct. They had a great year rushing the passer. Obviously, they had some issues offensively. They have TJ Watt, Highsmith, edge rushers. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles. Number 3, Cleveland, Myles Garrett. Number 4, Dallas, Micah Parsons. Number 5, Denver. Who's that kid who had a great year? Nick Bonito. I mean, those are your top 5 pass rushers in football. The Eagles are the only one without the splashy edge rusher.
Right.
So they do it differently. But they're really, really effective. And I can't believe people do not recognize that. Remember, the Eagles don't blitz either. 15.4%, 31st in the NFL. You talk about their pass coverage. It's easier in pass coverage when you don't have to blitz and there's only 4 guys and you can put all these guys in coverage. So for years, it was obvious when Jim Schwartz was here and he would talk about the defensive front as being the engine of his defense. It remains the engine of the Eagles defense. People just don't recognize it because it's interior. It's not the splashy edge rushers.
No doubt. Good stuff there, Johnny Mac. I'm going to pick. All right, I know you kind of didn't pick one guy, and you talked about the pass rush, but I'm going to stay on that pass rush. And I think Nolan Smith, after a big game last week, I think he's got a little bit more of a favorable matchup this week.
You're trying to make up for Nolan Smith, man. You were down on him. Now you got him.
I was so down, and I was open about that.
You're open about it. But now you got him like he is Micah Parsons.
Well, no, I don't. But I think he's playing red hot right now, and I think he's confident as hell. Or it's hard to get confidence in the league when you're a young player and you're not producing at the level you want. Once you find that rhythm and you find that groove and you start to almost prove to yourself that you can get there, I think Nolan's playing like a different guy right now. And I have a feeling he could go and get the football from Matthew Stafford on one of these plays.
He's having a nice run. And I kind of mentioned after watching the game, it was pretty evident that Green Bay was more focused on Josh, who, by the way, doesn't get enough credit as well, Josh Sweat. And, we'll see. Does his success, do the Rams come in differently and say, we got to pay more attention to him? And I think that's the next step for Nolan Smith. If that happens, maybe it doesn't happen because people around the league probably still have, are more concerned with Josh Sweat. And maybe they're more focused on chipping him and he still has those opportunities. But yeah, he's playing really well. But when you ask me, boy, I don't think Jalen Carter gets enough credit, man. Be nice if he could tackle occasionally. He's not having a good tackling year. And I think that's his next step. But man, he disrupts everything. Everything.
So we had was it Jay Gruden, or I think it was Jay Gruden we had on Silly Show a couple of days ago. And he said the only thing that he doesn't like about Jalen Carter, and he said it's tackling? It's not a big knock, but it's something that I think he'll get better at over the years, is he jumps around blocks, and sometimes you can occasionally get the hole because he's looking to jump around the block.
Who said that?
I think it was Jay Gruden. I think we had a couple.
I used to hear the same stuff about Aaron Donald. Well, sometimes. Well, yeah, sometimes. But I'd rather have the disruptive guy.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was saying he wouldn't rather have him, but he was saying, you can run on him if you get him in the right spot.
I heard the same thing about Aaron Donald. People mainly people try. I'm not saying Jay. Jay doesn't strike me as that type, but there's a bunch of people that say things to get, noticed. And a lot of people would say that about Aaron Donald over the years. And then you go talk to the players and they go, oh, he's pretty freaking good against the run. And that's sort of the same. I don't want to compare Jalen Carter to Aaron Donald, but if I'm looking for one thing, the only thing you need improvement now, I mean, the big thing coming into the season was, just being able to play significant snaps. Well, he's done that, and he's done that at a high level. So he's worked on his conditioning and all that. Now he's got to tackle better when he does have the opportunity to tackle. And I think that's probably the last step in his ascent to being, he's already one of the best defensive tackles in football, but to just being that ultra dominant player. I mean, and then, don't discount Milton as well. Milton has had a great season, Milton Williams. And part of the reason is because of all the attention, very similar to what I'm saying with Josh versus Nolan.
Right.
Jalen gets all the attention. Milton takes advantage of it. Josh is getting all the attention. Nolan's taking advantage of it. Works well. Nothing wrong with that, Nothing wrong with that. That's what you want.
No doubt about it, John. We're going to get to our first commercial break here. We're cruising through already 45 minutes into the show. I didn't realize we were that far into it already. We have Ed Kracz. I mentioned that. Ed Kracz is coming up at 9:20, so I can't wait to talk to Ed. He will return to Birds 365 today. He's had a busy couple of months. He's been a world all these world travelers we got on here, Johnny Mac, in the middle of
Martin Frank's a world traveler. He's always going somewhere in the off season.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of world travelers. I'd rather go to Key West or San Diego.
I've been to Key West one time.
No, I've never been there. I want to go there. Colin always talks about it.
I'm very curious to see what you think, because I went to Key West excited, and on the plane ride out of there, all right, I remember saying in the airport, great time, a lot of fun, everybody, because I was there for my brother's his bachelor party right before his wedding. So I'll never come back.
Really?
I'll never go back.
Well, there might be at this stage.
You get the hell out.
Like I just want, there might be too much partying at this stage, but back in my younger days, like you are, maybe. If I did go, I just want to relax. Not for the Mardi Gras type stuff.
No, you can find that down there.
But Colin, Colin always goes down. Colin Thompson always goes down there. And he's got a football camp down there. I can't believe there's enough people.
Yeah, see, it depends, I think, where you are. I was like right in the heart of like the party central, basically.
Yeah, yeah, I would.
But I like the key, just all the keys. Some of the Isla Mirada. I'd like to go to some of them, but anyway, we'll talk.
I always love San Diego. I mean, I'm saying, but San Diego's turning into a shithole. Evidently,
Yeah.
I saw some sort of documentary on San Diego. My God, what are they doing to San Diego? How do you make San Diego into a shithole? But evidently, they're trying to. Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
Out there, no doubt about it. All right, Johnny Mac, we'll get to our first commercial break here. John, by the way, you should go over to out west. I think you'd like out west if you like outdoors. Montana, Utah, I like those. Those are cool places. But we got a bunch of super chats. Let me read a couple of them, and then we're going to get to our break. I didn't realize we got so many great supers this morning. Thanks everybody for all the support. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button. All right, appreciate you guys. It's good to hear. Send more snacks. I like that name. Eagles fan, thank you guys for the best coverage of the team. I've been an Eagles fan for 17 years. This platform is my main source of reliable, unbiased news. Look at that. Appreciate that.
Nice. That's what I shoot for.
Yeah. What MA is what? Massachusetts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Massachusetts Eagles fan. That's pretty cool. Send more snacks. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that comment, and we appreciate your support and viewership of the channel. Brandon Lewis checks in with another 20. Thank you, guys. All-time great Eagles scapegoats. Donovan McNabb, Doug Peterson, Luis Castillo, Mike Groh, Press Taylor, 2020 season medical staff, Marty Morningweg, Sean McDermott, Sean Desai, Brian Johnson, and Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, I would. It's Juan Castillo. Luis.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I went to school. I went to high school with Juan Castillo's son. He was the quarterback of the football team.
Yeah, well, that was a weird Andy Reid hiring. I mean, that was weird. Good offensive line coach making him a defensive coordinator. You don't see that happen. That almost had to bail. Yeah, I mean, a lot of fans, Donovan was great, but he didn't win. So a lot of fans are going to blame the quarterback if you don't win the final game. The coaches, I mean, Groh and Taylor the medical staff is a good one. Marty, Sean, Ryan Johnson, certainly. That last year's offense was better than this year's offense, to be honest.
Right.
And Brian got the shit for that. He landed on this beat.
I think we can take Press Taylor off this list. Press Taylor has now gone down with Doug again another time. What's infatuation with Press Taylor? I'm not really sure.
Well, it's funny. I told that story on the show before. Doug didn't even hire Press Taylor. Press Taylor was, a very young guy, a brother of Zach Taylor. He was actually a Chip Kelly guy, and the organization loved him. Oh, he's going to be the next bright offensive mind. And, all of a sudden Doug buys into that, and they're like, oh, he's a dummy. I'm like, what is it? So, I talked about it this week. For some reason, we brought up the Philly special. He's the one who found the Philly special on a Minnesota-Chicago meaningless Week 18 tape. Chicago ran it. Press Taylor found it. They put it in the offense. I don't know how many people know that or remember it. It was certainly reported at the time. Not only me, many people. And Doug wanted to make him offensive coordinator, and they said no. But that was more of, Jeffrey had enough, and he sort of like what he did with Nick last year. Well, you got to go outside the organization. You need new ideas. And Doug wanted to elevate Press to be offensive coordinator, and he wanted to either Matt Burke or Corey Unlin to be the defensive coordinator. And Jeffrey put his foot down. And Doug said, all right, I'm out. And that's sort of what happened there. But I don't even know if Press was that much of a scapegoat, to be honest, because he never got to the point of that was more about Doug than Press. Mike Rowe was certainly the scapegoat.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good stuff there, Johnny Mac. We got more super chats. We will get to each and every one. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's get to our commercial break here. I want to thank David Blaylock for becoming a member. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for your support of the channel, and good to have you involved here on the channel as a member now. So thank you for that. Let's get to our commercial break. Before I do it, I want to tell you guys about the great people at BetUS. I've been telling you about them all season. Have you went and signed up yet? Have you taken the odds that the Eagles will be in the Super Bowl? I don't know what they are right now, but I would go and deposit using the promo code YouTube150, get my deposit bonus, and put the wager on the Birds going to the Super Bowl. You can see the promo code there. It's YouTube150. It gives you 150%, and you get 125% on your second and third deposit, all up to $2,000. So deposit less and bet with more at BetUS. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. We'll be back in 3 minutes, everybody, on Birds 365.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Birds 365, a Football Friday edition as we prep for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. I mentioned just 8 games left in all of football, everybody, so enjoy each and every one of them. And our beloved Philadelphia Eagles are one of them, and that's an accomplishment in their own right. So they will play this weekend versus the LA Rams in Philly. John, something we haven't talked about yet today, and something that I do believe will be a factor in this football game, the weather in Philly. You got an LA team coming. You got Matthew Stafford coming in, who does not have a great record, all right, in the cold weather. You think the weather plays a big factor in this game this weekend?
I don't think so. From the standpoint of it could be much worse. I just got the weather forecast, 35. It's going to be 6-mile-an-hour winds. So that's what I always look at. I think the biggest part is the wind. And it should be manageable. That's what can really affect the game. And we'll see about the snow. It's not going to be, let's see. They do think we'll see snow in game and likely enough of it to stick around. So I think it's similar to what happened yesterday here for people local. And I know a lot of people aren't. A little bit of snow on the roads and stuff, but not LaShawn McCoy snow game type of thing. So I'm focused on the wind, and it looks like the wind's not going to be too bad because I think that's the thing that impacts games mostly. But certainly it's a slight advantage for the Eagles, I would say.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's definitely an advantage for the Birds. Hopefully, I'm hoping that the snow starts pouring down because I think that would be great for the Philadelphia Eagles in that game. They're going to need Matthew Stafford to throw the ball a lot. And we got Saquon Barkley in the best O-line in football, John. So I think it's a big advantage for the Birds. Actually, John, when I was rewatching. I told you I was in nothing land when I finished up my work last night. I'm like looking for stuff to watch, so I bounced on YouTube and started looking up, some old playoff games. This wasn't a playoff game, but I did rewatch the game. I think it was 2013. I want to say maybe where Matthew Stafford played the Eagles. Shady McCoy had a big game in that game, and there was like 6 inches of snow.
Yeah, that's the snow game I was talking about, the Shady McCoy game.
Yep,
and that was sort of a surprise snowstorm. So I guess you never say never, but
I think there were more equipped technologically now to not let the snow. you could see him running. It was like, they were like stepping in 6 inches of snow. I don't think that would happen in today's game because the fields are like heated and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, the fields. That's why they're practicing at Lincoln Financial Field, because the practice fields are frozen over at the NovaCare complex.
Fleming checks in. He was there. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, very famous game. I don't think you're going to see that. And that game has nothing to do with this game. Different players, different, so all that kind of stuff. I get why people bring it up, but I don't think Shady's playing.
No,
although we want to. But
we got Saquon now. You got Saquon out there.
Yeah,
little different types of runners, though. I will say that Shady was he was 50 and jukey and versatile, man. He was jumping over people in the freaking snow game.
Yeah, well, Saquon does reverse Jimmy Snuka leaps.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, Saquon's the best running back the Eagles have ever had. So I think he's proven that. But yeah, that was a great game by Shady. And he deserves credit for it. And Saquon beat Shady's record, franchise record for rushing yards. So,
yep.
Good running backs, both of them.
No doubt about it. John, we talked about the head coaches also this week, and we'll get to a couple super chats, and then we're going to get to Ed Kracz. All right, we're going to get to Ed Kracz at 9:20. I can't wait to talk to Ed. It's been a little bit since I've talked to my guy, Ed. All right, I got to ask him. Well, how long has it been? It's been 3 months, 2 months?
I don't know.
He went to Japan, right? That's where it was.
Yeah, he went to Japan. His son was getting married in Japan, so he had to go over to Japan.
How did he say? Did he say how that went?
Yeah, it was great. He had a great time over there. Nick Yates is a big Japan guy. He goes. He's going over there after the season. So we had many Japanese discussions with Nick Yates this season.
Nice. Nice, good stuff there. Can't wait to talk to Ed. I want to see what he thinks about this team and this playoff game. It's been a minute since we've talked to him, or at least I know you've talked to him. I haven't talked to him though. So, Ed, I would assume Ed is a big believer. Who did Ed call out on the defense that he was correct about in the offseason? Was it Nakobe Dean that he thought was going to be good? I feel like Ed said somebody that was gonna be a sleeper and a good player.
I don't know. It all runs together for me. I think I was the Nakobe Dean guy. He was more he was in the Devin White fan club early in the process.
All right. I thought
there weren't a lot of people on my Nakobe Dean island. I'll take
no
victory lap on that.
Well, one guy in the chat was Daz. He's been the Nakobe Dean guy all year. Is Daz in the chat? He's been the Nakobe Dean guy.
When I got Nakobe, I was telling people Nakobe was going to be the starting linebacker. Now, the crazy thing is, and Ed just said he never got his link.
Oh yeah, let me friggin' send it. That's my fault. I didn't send it. Tell Ed it's incoming now. Little production on the fly, everybody.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, Nakobe. Yeah, I don't know. Most people were Devin White people, because the Eagles had hyped up Devin White pretty significantly. I don't know why, but because I think it's pretty evident they had no flipping idea what they had in Zach Bond. So I think ultimately would end up as my original thought. It would end up as Nakobe and Devin White's. And then Zach Bond just took off. So, but I always thought that Nakobe would be the starter from pretty much day one, as long as he proved he can stay healthy and all that kind of stuff. And he did, and he had a great season. And I probably haven't talked about him enough this week because him not being there is a big advantage for the Rams. Because Zach has had such a great season, I think people have kind of slept on just how good Nakobe's been.
Right.
And the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles of all teams got that kind of linebacker play is unbelievable.
Yeah. I will bring up this comment. Did you see what Jared Verse said about Eagles?
That was
yeah. Some people get so mad at that. I don't get mad at it at all. It doesn't bother me at all. But
I don't know why he would say that, but that's one where he's a rookie. He'll learn. A lot of people hate Eagles fans. Look, let's be honest. I'm not going to lie to the fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate you guys.
Yeah, come on. I mean, do people not understand why that would be would be true? I mean, that's one thing. Come on, Eagle fans, you got to work with me on this. All right, you got to work with me on this. We sing a damn song. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care.
But you do care.
I know. I mean, you act like we care. You're supposed to not give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck. But you shouldn't either. So who cares what Jared Verse says? Yeah. Just go out there and destroy him, Jordan.
I mean, he's going to make life more difficult for himself. So he's got to learn a little bit better. But yeah, I wouldn't take it too seriously. Other than, yeah, he hates Eagles fans. A lot of people do. I hate to break it to you guys. Sometimes they're in the same building, by the way.
Somebody make sure Jordan Mailata sees that quote. All right. I think he'll take care of it pretty
Jordan's already, hyper focused because, people gave Jordan a lot of shit for getting pancaked by Jared Verse.
That's true.
And it's like, dude, what about the 30 other plays? But I was talking about that earlier this week. He's a very good player, though, Jared Verse. Very good player.
Do you think he'll win Rookie of the Year? I think you will.
I do. No question. Yeah, I think he's prohibitive favorite. Unfortunately for the Quinion people. Yeah, he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Eduardo says they hate us because they ain't us, Johnny Mac.
Yeah, I mean, embrace it, but it shouldn't be a surprise, is all I'm saying.
No, it's not a surprise to me, but
he went to Jared Verse went to high school in Pennsylvania. I want to say, maybe Wilkes-Barre, somewhere in that range, but I forget.
I'm surprised he hates Eagle fan. I mean, he must have grown or been around a lot of them. If that's true.
Well, I think that's the problem.
Right. That might be the problem.
Yeah. I think that was the problem. Maybe it was at Bloomsburg. He went to high school in Bloomsburg, which is kind of near Wilkes-Barre, kind of near.
Gotcha.
But, there's a lot of people up there. Pittsburgh fan. Maybe he was a Pittsburgh fan. I don't know. But he does not like Eagles fans.
Yeah, he went to Florida State, right? He's a Florida State kid.
He went to Florida State, but he also went to Albany before that. There's a big Jody very proud as an Albany Great Dane. Jared Verse went to Albany, then transferred, finished up at Florida State. Great rookie year, ton of pressures, really athletic. If you saw last week, or actually Monday night, had the fumble return for a touchdown where he almost hit 20 miles per hour. Next gen stats. Really fast, really athletic. Key with the Eagles, really undersized, 254 pounds.
Yeah. In other words, not the right. What do you want to call it? Not the right physique for to match up well with the Eagles offensive line, I guess I could say. Let's get to a couple super chats here, John. we have 10 minutes till Ed Kracz. I want to make sure I get everybody who checked in. Dank Bird Gang said Zaza, Zander, and Joint McMullen. What is this? Come on, what is this, a 420 show? Jalen is 13-6 when throwing 35 plus times in a game. I did see that stat that came out, Dank. I saw that.
Well, I don't know what that has to do with this season.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with it. But I think his point is that, whenever people always say when Jalen has to throw, we lose, but it's not really that true.
Well, look, I think the Eagles, I said it pretty consistently. I think the Eagles panicked early in the season because, they were 2-2 at the bye week, and they completely scaled back from the bye week. And I thought it was unfair because, yes, they turned it over a little bit too much early in the season. But I think it was an overreaction to some of the things going on. And, AJ didn't play in 3 of those games. So I thought it was unfair.
Right.
But since that time, look, it ain't me. It's the Eagles who are risk averse. I think they should throw it more. I think they should be more well balanced. Go from the Cleveland game on. Probably Pittsburgh, not probably. Pittsburgh would definitely be the best performance passing the ball. They probably haven't thrown it 35 times in that entire stretch.
Yeah. Dank followed up. He said, it's just a stat. It's not supposed to mean anything besides a little trivia. All right. I like it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Dank, I'll take it, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Here we go. Another super chat here. David, thanks for becoming a member. I already mentioned that. You got a super too. I'll get to in a second. Nick Gonzalez checked in. What's up, Nick? Work in D.C. The people are not happy about Monday. The commies lose in Trump's inauguration. Lots of flags. Nick, I'm sure you're probably right, man. I don't know. I don't live in D.C.
The deep state is upset.
I don't go to D.C. If anything, I probably would try and avoid D.C., but I'm sure you're probably not wrong. I call him the communist, the Washington.
He's probably not wrong. There's going to be a lot of
he's definitely not wrong.
The people who live in
like Trump or don't like Trump, the people in D.C. won't be happy.
Yeah, the deep state is not going to be happy with either Trump inauguration or the commies losing, and they're probably gonna lose.
Nick, thanks for the super, bro. Appreciate you. David Blaylock checks in. Are you concerned about the refs?
No.
Wow,
no.
David didn't even get a chance to read it. Let me read it all. All right, I gave him the courtesy. He sent $5. I gotta read it. Are you concerned about the ref Smith? We have not won with him since 2022. Well, David, that's actually fake news. I'll give you it after. I know it's crazy, but that guy don't like us crazy or not. It's actually fake news, David. We're 2-1 with him. Somebody put out a stat that we're 0-3 with him, and it's fake news. Fake news. We're 2-1 with Sean Smith. People are just mad at him because he threw Gardner Johnson out, but that people don't look a little deeper. He didn't throw Gardner Johnson out because he didn't like Gardner Johnson. There's a rule in the NFL. If you get two.
All right. You're talking too much sense, Zander.
If you get what is it, John? Two personal flags, two
unsportsmanlike calls, you're automatically ejected.
So, you can say he was colluding against CJ, but he wasn't. That's in the rule book. And CJ did get the second. Now, maybe he shouldn't have been called for the second, but he was. And that ultimately got him thrown out of the game. So I have no concern about it, David.
All right, because he gave us $5, I'm going to give him the whole skinny, courtesy of NFL Rep Stats. Great follow on Twitter. Sends me the scouting report. The scouting reports does a great job each and every week. And by the way, the Eagles also do that. John Ferrari, the assistant GM, one of his jobs is to make the players aware of the tendencies of the officiating staff. First of all, Sean Smith is the head referee. Because it's the playoffs, they turn it into more of an all-star team, so to speak. So it will be Sean Smith, but not his crew. You'll have members of the Scott Novak crew and the Clay Martin crews as well. But when it comes to Sean Smith, generally when he's on the field, above average, 42.8% of his penalties were assessed via offensive holding or false starts. So that's something you got to keep an eye on. Number 3 overall in that category. The Martin and Novak crews ranked number 2 and 3 respectively, calling the highest percentage of offensive penalties. So you got to be hyper-focused on offensive penalties.
Right.
Don't grab, that kind of stuff when it comes to holding. On the back end of the field, the Martin Smith crews called the lowest percentage of overall penalties on third down. So they generally let the players play on the most important down on football. I think that's a good thing. They rank number 2 and 3 respectively, calling the lowest percentage of defensive penalties on third down. Yeah, so I don't think you'll get a better rundown than right here. There's your officiating. And am I concerned? Fuck no. I don't care about officials. If you ever listen to
Let me go a little fucking football Friday before the divisional round.
Yeah. I don't blame officials. That's a loser mentality. I don't blame officials. Are they going to make bad calls? Sure.
David Blaylock followed up. Philly 500 said that in his last video. I better do my research. Yeah, I don't blame Philly. People put that out on, I think it was on Twitter and on X, and it was just wrong. So I'm sure Philly didn't mean to mislead you. He probably just read the same thing I did on
Twitter.
Be
careful. Be careful.
And I have the benefit, by the way, of talking to the great John McMullen every day, David. So he can quickly correct those narratives for me. So good stuff there, David. Thanks for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Seth Shifley checks in. This should be a re-signing free agency offseason with Dean out for the long term. It might force Howie's hand with Bond. I agree. Thoughts?
I think Zach's already forced Howie's hands, even if Nakobe didn't get hurt. I mean, first team All Pro. He's going to be. I would be stunned if he doesn't end up top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Just a phenomenal year, and I find it very hard to believe that Howie's going to let Zach Bond walk. Kind of made a joke about it on Kelsey's show already. He knows he's got to sign him. He'll get it done.
Yeah, and did you see that? You saw? Oh yeah, you just mentioned that the Kelsey show. That was an interesting clip that came out. I liked that. Here we go. Brandon Snyder checks in. What's up, Brandon? Appreciate you being here, my man. He said, "Who's affected by potential weather more? Both have good running backs, good tight ends, and receivers that run quick slants. Our O-line is different. It definitely is our offensive line. But do we run quick slants, Brandon? I've been crying about that all freaking year. You have A.J. Brown, and you have a quarterback who came off a 3-week hiatus from a concussion. They didn't throw one freaking slant to the best slant corner in football. I was ready to punch a damn hole in my wall. Brandon?"
Quick in the Eagles passing game is an oxymoron. I mean, that's just not their nature. It has more to do with the quarterback than anything else, which is not necessarily a bad thing. They extend plays better than most. The RPOs are a big part of it. But yeah, I wouldn't get would never get too focused on the quick passing game with the Eagles. That's just not what they do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good stuff there. Brandon, thank you, brother. All right, that's all of our super chats. I believe I got all of our super chats. One more, Warfighter. Do you just hand anyone moderator? No, Warfighter, I do not, but I appreciate the super chat. All right, that's all of them. We got Ed Kracz checking in now. I see him in the green room. We're going to get to our commercial break, and when we come back, the return of Ed Kracz. Looking forward to talking to Ed coming up next here on Birds 365. Let me tell you guys about the great people at BetUS before I get to the break. All right, it's YouTube 150 is your promo code, and that gives you 150% sign-up bonus on your very first deposit. You get 125% on your second and third deposit. So go to BetUS right now, betus.com.pa, and use that promo code to unlock those. I appreciate the 2 super chats that just came in, Matt NG and Sasha R. We will get to those. All right, after Ed, we appreciate you guys checking in. Stay tuned, and we will give you guys responses. We appreciate all the support. Hit that like button. We'll be back in 3 minutes, everybody, on Birds 365.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The following is a real testimonial from the father of a young injured victim.
I didn't think she was going to make it.
Major Perry's daughter was the victim of a horrific accident caused by someone else's negligence.
If you don't find the right counselor, law firm that you're looking for, you will get lost in the wilderness.
Badly injured? Call the Fritz and Bianculli Law Firm at 215-458-2222 and find out why they say, "We got this."
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong as the #1 health insurer in the region. No IBX is always looking out for you.
We noticed that there was mold creeping into our basement about a year and a half ago, and wanted to make sure that we were getting rid of the problem permanently. We actually reached out to several different contractors to get it resolved, and actually 2 of them recommended DryTech to us as a long-term solution. Other than the noise factor, we wouldn't even know that there was work being done on the basement level. It's really been a clean process for us.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Welcome back in, everybody, to a Football Friday edition of Birds 365 here, preparing for the divisional round game. And we're joined now by Ed Kracz from SI.com. Ed, great to get you back on the show, man. How you doing on this Football Friday?
I'm doing all right. Fighting a little bit of a cold here, so I apologize if I keep clearing my throat. But
I've been doing that for a month, Ed.
I probably got it from
circular,
you.
Yeah, I think I got it from you. Then it went from me to Nyberg, then from Nyberg. It's just a big circular thing.
Well, my wife said that I probably caught it from my second wife, and I said, "Who do you mean?" And she said, "McMullen."
That's possible. It could be my fault. But no, you had that one random guy who showed up with that whooping cough, and I think it got everybody. So
yeah.
I still don't know who that was. But
I don't either. Haven't seen him since. Maybe he's, I don't know. Maybe
I hope he's okay. Yeah.
I was going to say, I hope he's still alive. Yeah, he sounded pretty bad that day.
Yeah. Glad you're feeling a little bit better, even though if the voice isn't there yet. We got a big game to get to this weekend. First time, it was what it was, and the Eagles kind of bullied the LA Rams around. Any reason to think it's going to go a different way this time around?
I don't know. Was there a draft held between November 24th and now where they got new players? Because, listen,
they are playing better. To say they are playing better.
They were playing well when the Eagles saw them. They had won 4 or 5, and the Eagles went to Southern California and just, out-physicaled them. And I don't see why that would change. They're the more physical team. The Rams' front, I think, is a little undersized. And, this offensive line is, you better bring your lunch pail because it's going to be a long game playing against these guys. Jared Verse has already put himself a little bit behind the 8 ball by saying he hates Eagles fans. And, that's not good coming into Philly. I don't know why he would say something.
He's a great rookie. I think he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but that's what's called an unforced error. You're already going to have a bad day. They're already going to be all over you. And now you just amp it up.
Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking there, but he's a rookie, He's still a rookie, even 17 games, 18 games into the season. And he was my preseason pick to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, but there we go. That's a nice pick by you.
Yeah, I just think he's really athletic. He's quick. He does a lot. Saw the fumble return for a touchdown against the Vikings. But listen, he hasn't had a sack since November 11th. He's only got 4.5 sacks. I know he gets a lot of pressure, and that counts.
Crap load of pressure.
Yeah, but listen, he's got the 4.5 sacks. Hasn't had one since November, and is he going to get one against Lane Johnson or Jordan Mailata? Maybe, but he didn't the last time. So, I just like this matchup with the Eagles' offensive line. I think that.
Well, plus the Eagles don't throw it, Ed. They're only going to drop back 20, 25 times. So, there's not going to be a lot of opportunities either.
Well, Ed, let me ask you, because I haven't talked to you in a little bit. So, I'm just curious on your thought process on how this team has kind of evolved over the season, right? They came out of the bye week and they unlocked this insane running attack. And, every action has unintended consequences. And They don't have much of a passing game right now, or at least it hasn't been a prominent part of the way they've won a lot of football games. What's your take on it? You good with it? You want to see more from it? Where is Ed Kracz on the whole Eagles offense discussion?
Yeah, listen, I think it's an efficient passing game. It doesn't have to come out and put up 350 yards. You have Saquon Barkley. He's the best running back in the league this year. So, yeah, I think coming out of the bye week, they identified that as
right.
And Lane Johnson talked about this, is that they said, we got to run the ball, and they've done that, and they've limited Jalen Hurts' passing to, I don't think he's had over 30 attempts in a game. Since the bye week. Maybe he had one game in there where he threw for 30, but I can't recall it. But, I like it. I mean, I think it's efficient. You don't have to throw it. Look what he did against the Packers. Everybody wants to give him a hard time there, and it didn't look pretty. It wasn't pretty. He missed some throws. There wasn't guys open. But he still threw for 2 touchdowns, and more importantly, he didn't turn the football over. Jordan Love throws 3 interceptions. Someone else throws 4 interceptions. His name's escaping me. Justin Herbert. He throws 4 picks in his playoff game. Jordan Love has 3 picks. Baker Mayfield, costly fumble inside the 20-yard line against the Commanders that kind of gives Washington a free touchdown there. So, you play turnover-free football in the playoffs, chances are you're going to be in the game and you're going to win more than you lose, obviously. So I like the passing game where it's at. I mean, it's efficient. You still have the 2 of the best receivers in football with Brown and Hurts. But, if this game is played in clean conditions, which means no snow, which I don't think is going to happen, the Eagles might have to score some points, and they might have to turn to that passing game. And they've done that when they've needed to. They're explosive when they can, when they want to be. I mean, Jalen Hurts is very accurate on these deep throws to AJ and Devontae, and he can do that if necessary. So I don't have a problem where this offense is, to be honest with you. It's efficient, and it's playing clean football, no turnovers.
All right, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here because I've heard a lot of that, and, I get criticized for pointing the passing game isn't exactly lighting up the scoreboard. I think the total was 121 yards against the Packers. Nick Sirianni came out, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, came out after the game, and this is rare for Nick Sirianni. He generally makes excuses, and he said flat out, what'd you think of the offense was the question. As an offense, we struggled a little bit. I don't think we had the game that we wanted to have on offense, and he was specifically, obviously, talking about the passing part of it. And then you fast forward to Kellen Moore earlier this week. Flat out said passing offense wasn't where we needed to be. If these guys are saying it, why isn't anybody listening?
Well, I mean, go back and look at some of the receivers that weren't open on some of those throws that Hurts had. I mean, is that Hurts' fault? Is that Kellen Moore's fault? I mean, you have an offensive coordinator who's preparing for 3 interviews before kickoff on Sunday.
Yeah.
He's going to the Saints.
That gets blown out of proportion.
But I mean, listen, he's got an interview with the Saints, the Jags, and the Cowboys. He's got to fit them all in. And these interviews are typically like 2-3 hours long. So, we'll see if that becomes a factor. I don't think it's that overblown. I think there's something to the distraction. Look at the Super Bowl. Jonathan Gannon gets blamed for a defense because, that failed against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because he was, chatting it up with the Cardinals, and the Cardinals got docked a draft pick. But I don't think that's overblown. I think you can stretch yourself a little too thin sometimes and maybe lose track of, you're not keeping the main thing, as Jalen Hurts likes to tell us.
Keep your you are where your feet are, whatever that one is.
Yeah, but that's
I'll
weird.
tell you what, what made it look worse, Ed, because I'm more with John on this actually, where I don't want to make an excuse if Kellen Moore interview, and there's 32 jobs. I mean, that's what the NFL does. You got to live with it. But what Cliff Kingsbury decided to do is certainly going to raise some eyebrows for the people of Philadelphia. Cliff has declined to interview with anybody until after the Commanders' run. So
they could have had Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that changes up with the way people think about this.
Listen, there's something to be said for that. I don't know why the NFL allows this. I mean, I get it. You need to fill these coaching openings as quickly as possible so you can start, planning in your off season. But they really shouldn't distract from from any coach interviewing during the playoffs. They should wait until their season's over.
You know why I don't blame coaches, Ed? Because they get scapegoated all the time. And if you don't reach expectations, and we've seen it over the years here in Philadelphia, you're going to get your ass fired anyway. So, the fact that they have an opportunity to get a promotion, everybody does it. Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn in Detroit, those guys got bigger dance cards than Kellen Moore. So it happens to every good team. Ironically, you bring up the Gannon stuff. Shane Steichen spent more time with Indianapolis during the lead up to the Super Bowl because he was allowed to. They had already interviewed him once, so they were allowed to have the second interview than Jonathan Gannon did with Arizona. So to me, that's misinformation. People want somebody to blame when you lose, and coaches get blamed when you lose, and often they get fired. I have no problem with this situation. None.
Yeah, but you have to factor in, the human factor of this. I mean, each coach handles things differently. I mean, okay, Steichen handled it better. Maybe another guy doesn't, just because that's human nature. And so I just think that, each coach could be affected differently. It doesn't mean because one guy did it, that he was preparing for the Super Bowl and talking to the Colts, doesn't mean another guy can do the same thing. So I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like Ben Johnson interviewing. I don't like Aaron Glenn interviewing. I think the NFL should just wait until their seasons are over before they allow these guys to interview. And teams, hey, that's the penalty you have to pay for hiring a bad coach in the first place, where you feel you need to fire him. So I don't like it one bit, not just with the Eagles, but any team. I just think it's a big distraction that they don't need to have at this point in the season.
Well, I would think the counter to that would be teams aren't going to wait. So you're putting guys in a penalty situation for going further. The Ben Johnsons of the world, the Kellen Moores, the Aaron Glenns, for being on a good team, for having a good team, you're penalizing them. There's a few teams that will wait and be patient and wait for those guys, because remember, they can't hire. The Dallas Cowboys can't hire Kellen Moore until the Eagles lose. They might not lose. That might be deep into February by that point.
Well, so what? So be it. These coaches, if they get skipped because they have good teams and penalized, they still have a good job. They're still coming back to a winning situation, and their turn will eventually come. So that's a good flip side, but I just think it's just a big distraction that the NFL has created that is unnecessary.
I'll agree with both of you, but I'll say is don't be mad at Kellen for taking an opportunity.
No.
I mean,
don't be. But he will get blamed.
If
will not be. But if they lose,
like if you don't like the process, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But blame the league or the team, because the Eagles kind of went this route where they have a little bit of a revolving door. Obviously, they thought Nick was going to be a play calling head coach, and you wouldn't have this issue as much. So, I would just say don't be mad at Kellen for taking the opportunity. No. But where I think you're right is that there's a human element where not only are the interviews 2-3 hours, they're not just 2-3 hours. You're probably preparing for the interviews. You're probably spending time, doing stuff like that. So, but again, I don't want to make an excuse out of it, Ed. We got a playoff game to win, and I don't give a shit who Kellen Moore's interviewing with. We got to go handle business.
By the way, just real quick, you can only be interviewed for a time frame, and that they changed that, and it is like, I think it's 2 hours. It might be 3, but it's somewhere in that range. The Eagles helped fuel that rule because the Eagles would interview people for 7-8 hours, and they said this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's partially an Eagles rule that they got it scaled back to a more manageable time frame for those who don't know. So,
but Zander's right. I'm not blaming Kellen or Ben Johnson or any of the coaches. I mean, they're playing by the rules. These are the rules set forth by the league, and they're
I don't know if you saw, Ed, but on our website si.com/NFL/Eagles, I went back to what Nick Sirianni said about this, because Nick has been through it before, not only himself when he got hired, but his season was done, but also with Shane and Jonathan Gannon. And even Brian Johnson, before they scapegoated him last year, was getting head coaching interviews. I think people forget that. And Nick said, you don't just prepare for an interview in a week. So the preparation, I guess to say, has been done for these coaches. Now that might take an hour or two of their time when they're with the owner or the search committee or anything like that, which is, in reference to what Kellen's going to be doing today and Saturday. But all these coaches who are going for interviews now, their preparation has been done through the past 15, 20 years of their lives. So that's from the man himself, Nick Sirianni. Take it for what it's worth, but
yeah, I agree. But Zander's right too, is you have to prepare. You have to know the other team's roster. You can't go into an interview cold and not know another team's roster. So there is preparation that goes into it, and that's done during the course of the week. You don't know what coaching openings are going to be out there, so you have to look at the roster. You have to kind of formulate a plan, what you're going to do. You have to look at the draft picks you're going to have. What's your plan in the draft? Who would you sign in the offseason? You have to be kind of in tune with all that stuff going into an interview. And if you go in cold, you're just wasting your time. You're not going to be considered for the job. So, there is that preparation that goes into it for an assistant.
No doubt. Ed, let's get back into this game. All right. I'm going to play devil's advocate on one thing for you. All right. Because I'm with you. All right. Full transparency. I'm with you in this game. Unless somehow the Rams defensive line added 30, 40 pounds each and a boatload of muscle mass, I don't see how they're going to stop this offensive line. But I'll say this, and I gave this to John earlier, and I won't tell you what John said. I'll see what you have to say. All right. You got Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. They're the only two guys left in the NFC, all right, that have Super Bowl rings. The only coach left in the NFC playoffs and the only quarterback left in the NFC playoffs that have Super Bowl rings. They are 5-1 in the playoffs together since Matthew Stafford became a Ram. Matthew Stafford has 18 touchdowns and 3 picks in that time with a 115 passer rating. All right. So they have played very good in postseason football since they have been together in LA. I'm not saying it's going to be enough, but Ed, this is a quarterback-driven league. If there's one way to keep up with an opponent that is bigger and better than you, it's with great quarterback and great coaching. I think the Rams do have that in this game. You think that's a factor? You think that's something that could give the Rams maybe not an edge in the game, but maybe they can keep it close. And if you get into a one-score game in the fourth quarter, you know how that goes in the playoffs. It's anybody's game. You just talked about Baker Mayfield kind of fumbling the game away a little bit. Anybody's game if it's a one-score game. What do you think of that combination of coach quarterback for the Rams in this game?
Yeah, that's a good analysis. I mean, that's a dangerous combination. McVay, he might be the best head coach still left in the playoffs. Well, Andy Reid, of course. But, yeah, McVay's right up there. He's won the Super Bowl. Stafford is a playoff-type quarterback, and that could present problems. But, this Eagles pass defense has been very good this year. They're able to get after the quarterback. They sacked Stafford 5 times in that game on November 24th. So, again, as much as the Eagles' offensive line is an advantage, I think the Eagles' defensive front is an advantage too. So they're going to probably get Stafford off his spots. They're going to have to make him put his eyes down to take away any downfield stuff that he's looking at. And I think the Eagles' defensive line can do that. Their pass defense, both cornerbacks, Slay and Cooper DeJean, each had an interception against Jordan Love. First time the corners had picks this year. I just like the way this Eagles pass defense is playing. Number 1 in the league, and I think they match up well. That's not to say Stafford and McVay aren't going to find a way to take advantage of some things the Eagles are doing. And a big concern for me is no Nakobe Dean in the middle of that defense. It looks like Jeremiah Trotter might end up playing a good amount in this game. Yeah. So that's a concern. You put a rookie linebacker in there and, you hope he can hold up, especially, against tight ends. The Rams have a pretty good tight end. So, yeah, it's a concern. But I like the way the pass defense is playing. And then, again, you factor in the weather part of this. Stafford is not a cold weather type quarterback. He's a Florida native, played his football at Georgia, warm weather state. Played indoors for 12 years with the Lions, playing in Southern California now. So, he's not real good. I think he's 1-8 in, rain and snow games. So that could be a factor as well. And, I think Kyron Williams is a concern as well, the running back. He had a pretty decent game against the Eagles last time. Jordan Davis didn't play a lot of snaps in that first game. He's your big run stopper, so he may see more time to try to stop the run. But I'm not that. I'm unconcerned about Stafford and McVay for sure. But I like the Eagles' pass defense and their pass rush to kind of take charge a little bit in this game.
I'm gonna defend Nick Sirianni, which is not often a positive thing for some bizarre reason. I guess it's his personality, Ed. But you know, Sean McVay's like the guy in the NFL, the offensive guy. Everybody, you know, whoever had a cup of coffee with Sean McVay can get an interview. You know,
right.
If you go back to Sean McVay's first 4 years, tremendous, makes a Super Bowl, loses a Super Bowl, you know, I think he won, let me see, 20, 30, 43 games, made the playoffs 3 times. And I say first 4 years because that's how long Nick Sirianni has coached. Nick Sirianni's won 48 games, 5 more games. He's won the same amount of playoff games. He's made a Super Bowl. He played better in that Super Bowl, his team. They lost, but they played much better than the Rams did in that Super Bowl against the Patriots. 4 for 4 in the playoffs, not 3 for 4. Why isn't Nick Sirianni Sean McVay in people's minds?
Yeah, I just think he rubs people the wrong way with some of his sideline, antics. You know, he's getting into it after the Cleveland game with some Eagles fans behind the bench. He's always, yelling at other teams, players. He's getting on the officials. I just think, he's got this smug, smirky look to him. But, listen, it's just the way he's made. I mean, I don't fault him for that at all. But and you're right. He's a really good coach. And people ask me, is he going to keep his job if the Eagles lose to Green Bay? Now they're still saying, is he going to keep his job after the Rams? I mean, come on. What are we doing here? The guy, like you said, has won a ton of games. And where are the Eagles going to find a better coach at this point? I wrote a story this week about, he's entering the final year of his contract. Both him and Howie Roseman are coming into the final years of their deals. And, you talk about all the players that are free agents coming into the offseason. If you're Jeffrey Lurie, you got to re-up Roseman and Sirianni here for at least another 3 years, I would think. You're not going to fire him at this point.
No.
I mean,
Well, Howie's got nothing to worry about. Yeah.
Nick has the New York Jets said.
Well, I pointed out, like, Julian Lurie is kind of waiting in the wings to take over the show here when Jeffrey retires, and we don't know what that relationship is like between him and Howie.
That's the crux point.
Good.
But there's no evidence that Jeffrey's ready to step down. He's still healthy,
Yeah, he's 74 years old. We'll see. I mean, he's training his son to take over the show here, so it's going to happen at some point.
Oh, yeah. And
the point is Sirianni is not going anywhere, and the hate for Sirianni, and there is, I get blowback all the time when I post this stuff defending Sirianni. Is out there. And I think it's just because, of the way he manages the team. They don't see the behind the scenes stuff that he's very good at. His players have his back. And, he came out and vociferously defended A.J. Brown for reading on the sidelines. I mean, he's got his players' backs, and that goes a long way. If you're winning, the players are going to have your back too. And they have Sirianni's back. He's established a culture where they're all they all seem to like each other. They all play for each other. They're all afraid of disappointing other guys in that locker room if their play isn't up to par. So, you have to credit Sirianni for that. He's built that culture. And whether you like him or not, you're going to have to get used to him because he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Objectively, every step of the way, he has surpassed Sean McVay. But I think if you asked 100 people around this league, probably 99 would say McVay's the better coach. It's bizarre to me. And then you start to get the Eagles have a better roster. All right. I mean, I don't know.
And I say better roster doesn't guarantee anything. You could have a lot of prima donnas. When you have a great roster, you could have prima donnas. You could have guys wanting to play for themselves because look at me, I'm the greatest player on this team. But Sirianni doesn't allow for that. I think you have to do even maybe a better job of coaching with a talented roster because you have to make sure everybody's pulling from the same end of the rope. It's cliche, I know, but it's true. You have to get all these superstar players to play for each other and not just for themselves.
No doubt about it. And that's why I like that Tim McManus story that came out this weekend because I think it gave you some behind the scenes. being an NFL coach is so much different than X's and O's. And John talks about that all the time to his credit. It's such a bigger job than people lead you to believe. And it's very clear, when you hear some of those stories that these dudes, whether we like Nick or don't like him, or we don't like the antics or whatever, these guys play for him. And he leads men. And even more importantly, these are professionals. These aren't college kids. These are it's hard to get a 28-year-old making millions of dollars to get amped up for you, but they do. And that's definitely a credit to Nick Sirianni, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah, no doubt. And we'll get to the game now, the actual game. I think we all see it the same way. Last week I had a little bit of caution, Ed, with the Green Bay Packers. I thought, well, if they come in with their A game, maybe there's a little bit of a small path for an upset, even though the game's at Lincoln Financial Field. Didn't turn out that way. This one, I got to be honest with you, Ed. I can't come up with a path for the LA Rams. To me, this is styles make bites. They're going to push them around just like they did in the first game. If anything, it's worse because that was in the pristine environment of SoFi Stadium, as you mentioned. You got the cold, a little bit of snow. Is there a path? Is there a path other than turning over the football a bunch? And the Eagles have gotten completely risk averse. They don't even give Jalen the opportunity to turn over the football. Is there even a path for the LA Rams to win this game?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Zander made a point with Stafford being a good playoff quarterback and McVay and him being 5-1. Zander, you said in the postseason. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that could be their path, is try to outscore this Eagles team. And to do it, maybe they'll try to control the clock a little bit with Kyron Williams picking up some yards on the ground. Josh Jacobs hurt the Eagles a little bit with some of his runs, especially in the second half. But if the Rams can control the clock and keep the Eagles' offense off the field, maybe they can find a way to pull off an upset here. But I just don't see it. I mean, I'm kind of reaching by saying that, but because I just don't see it either. I was a little concerned about the Packers just because, a first playoff game, it always seems like it's kind of the claw scratch. Teams are trying their best to win to keep their seasons going. I mean, remember the Eagles Super Bowl run started with a 15-10 win over the Falcons back in 2017. That was a game till the very end. Yeah. So I thought it would be something along those lines, a one-score game. And it was a game for a while, but I just never felt like the Packers were kind of in it once things started to go.
Neither did I. You didn't get that feel in the stadium. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. It just seemed like a matter of time before the Eagles would, put their foot on their necks and, push down. And, that's kind of what they did. And I think they'll do that to the Rams. I think playing at home is a huge advantage for the Eagles. And I don't see a path either. I think the Eagles probably win this game. It could be close, but I think it's going to be kind of a 2-score type game like it was with the Packers. And the Eagles will be in the NFC Championship game against maybe the Commanders. Maybe they'll be back at the Link in 2 weeks.
Oh, man. Ed.
I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's something about this Commanders team that, I'm really in on. I mean, this Jaden Daniels, you gotta really make sure you have a lead on this kid because he'll find a way at the end to beat you.
I love Jaden Daniels. I've talked him up. I've said what a great year, but I think it ends and he's turned that franchise around.
Yeah.
We had a commenter made a great comment. The deep state's not going to be happy on Monday because you have the Trump inauguration and the Commanders are going to lose. So the people in D.C. are not going to be happy.
I'm not ready to say the Commanders are going to lose. I'm not ready to say that. I would love to see an Eagles Commanders.
Well, I'm with you. I want to stay home, so I don't want to go to Romulus.
Yeah, I would just like to see it for the third time. I mean, I like both the first two games, and the third time would be a lot of fun. So, and I like watching Daniels play.
Oh, well, he's fun. Yeah,
yeah. I'll be tuned in Saturday night to that one. The shame is this Eagles game's at 3, and we're going to probably miss the Ravens and the Bills game. Because we'll be working, but I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
At Kratz at Kratz, make sure you follow Ed on the X platform. si.com/NFL/Eagles. Make sure you read them there. Does a tremendous job covering this team. Two final ones from me. One, the less important one, we need your score prediction. The more important one, greatest takeaway from Japan. I told you, I got to go with the toilets, right? We should all go to Japanese way with the toilets.
The toilets are pretty space age, I'll tell you that. You know, you walk into a public restroom anywhere at a rest stop along the road, and out of the corner of your eye, you see the seat automatically raise, and the sit down urinals, like they'll just go up automatically as you walk by. They're all motion detectors, so they lift the seat for you, which is weird. You wonder what's going on over there, right. And then you realize, oh, the seat's going up. But there are a lot of takeaways from Japan. Tokyo, clean, quiet. You don't hear horns honking like New York City or sirens blaring every few seconds.
Very polite. Yeah,
very
polite.
Very polite, very clean, no homeless. It was really eye-opening. But what was the other point?
Score of the game.
Not
as important. I'm very focused on the third world freaking toilets in this country versus what Japan is doing.
Yes, John.
I was in a Japan dream there. I was in a Japan haze. But that score, I'm going to say, I'm going to go. I think the Eagles are going to hit 30 points. I think they're going to win this game.
With 30 the weather, Ed. You like 30 with the weather?
I like Barkley in the weather, man.
Okay.
He's going to probably get his. Again, he had 255 yards rushing, 302 yards total offense. He's the ultimate weapon in a weather game, and I think the Eagles will find a way to hit 30. So I'm going to go 30-21 Eagles in this game.
I like it. Good score there by Ed Kracz. Ed, I got one other question for you before we let you go. All right.
Yeah.
I want you to pick an MVP for the Eagles of this game, and it cannot be Saquon Barkley. Okay, because that's the easy answer. He got for 255.
Nick Gates,
MVP of the Eagles in this game. Outside of Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, goodness, I would probably go on the defensive side of the ball. There could be plenty of guys on the defensive side. I think Nolan Smith, man, that guy is
Ed, that's who I was thinking.
He's rolling, man. He's playing with a lot of confidence. 2 sacks against Jordan Love. Jordan Love had only been sacked 14 times coming into that game in 15 games. Right. So that is not an easy thing to do. And Vic Fangio is finding ways to get him into the backfield to disrupt. I mean, it's not just Nolan Smith, but I think Fangio is finding ways to unlock what he can do. And I'm going to say Nolan Smith is going to make life a little tough on Matt Stafford. And I'm going to go Nolan Smith as my defensive, or as my MVP of the game. Yeah.
I love it.
How about Jeremiah Trotter Jr.?
Yeah, I'm not ready to go there.
Now Nakobe injury, we should talk. I haven't talked about it as much. That's a big injury. That's a concern for me. But I'm with you. Nolan's playing great, and that makes people forget about Bryce Huff, who played 1 snap against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, boy, what a disaster it's been for Bryce Huff. And you feel bad. He's a nice guy, but he just has struggled really mightily. Yeah. So, in Nolan Smith we trust. Let's go.
Yeah. I love it, Ed. Ed, thanks for joining, man. Make sure you guys follow Ed at Kratzy on X. Read all his work at si.com. Truly one of the best in the business, and we're so pumped we got him back on the show today before the playoff game. Ed, thanks for doing it, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, buddy. And the boys held up. Well done.
Thanks. I'm going to go blow my nose now.
All right, see you, Ed. Good stuff there from Ed Kracz here on Birds 365. Great stuff from Ed. I truly love talking to Ed. He's one of my favorite guests, Johnny Mac. I love when we get Ed Kracz up. He's always good for a good story, a little bit of positivity. So good stuff there by Ed Kracz. We appreciate him checking in on the show. I want to thank everybody again for being here this morning. All right, we got a big crowd in here. It's a football Friday. We got a divisional round playoff game. Johnny Mac, just a couple more minutes to talk to the people before the game. What is peaking in the John McMullen mind right now as we prep and we get closer, an inch
I've
closer.
been waiting
to a
for
big
somebody
playoff.
all week to talk me into a way the Rams could win this football game.
I tried. You shot me down like there was no tomorrow.
I haven't gotten it. Maybe that's what scares me the most. I don't like agreeing with the consensus because I try to keep an open mind and I always see the other side of things. That's how I think this is just a disastrous matchup for the Los Angeles Rams. They just don't match up with this team.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're not good. You saw on Monday night, they're good.
Yeah, right.
But what they do well is mitigated by what the Eagles do well, to an almost scary degree, in the fact that their defensive front is tremendous, but they don't match up well against this offensive line, to the point Lane Johnson couldn't even contain it when people were asking him about the Vikings game. And he said, well, we ain't the Vikings, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big freaking difference between that offensive line and this offense.
In other words, don't disrespect me like that because I'm not the fucking Minnesota Vikings.
Pretty much. And
good shit, Lane Johnson. I love it.
Now part of it, as I said, we probably have he knows how good Christian Darrisaw is, but Christian Darrisaw wasn't playing. So, it shifted things pretty dramatically. There's a point, I think, Jared Verse had, I don't know, 8 pressures, whatever the hell he had. He ain't getting 8 pressures. I mean, so, Kyron Williams, I'm a little bit concerned about because he's a good player. I think Philadelphia fans underrate him more they have this week for the most part, from what I've heard. But he does fumble, and that's what happened in the first game. I do think there's an opportunity for the Rams to get started because that's one thing I think Sean McVay does well. He's very good with the scripted stuff early, and then I said he gets very repetitive later in the game. But early, he tends to have a really good plan. And if you remember the first game, he went right down the field. The Rams went right down the field, and they were in the red zone, and then Kyron Williams fumbled.
Right.
And it really changed the flow of the game. So I think the best case scenario for the Rams is to take the football first, whether the Eagles win the toss and defer, which they will, or if they win the toss, they should take the football and try to shorten this game.
Okay.
Try to get that 7-0 lead, and maybe you can get it to the fourth quarter where a ball, a wrong ball bouncing one way or the other can get you over the top. I think that's the Rams' path if they have a path. If they get behind early, Katie, bar the door. Eagles are going to blow them out.
Johnny Mac, your score prediction.
I think it's going to be a pretty easy. I wouldn't say easy. I'm going to go 27-16 Eagles.
All right. 27-16 J-Max score prediction. All right.
Maybe that's a late score. Maybe it's 20-16.
Right. Okay.
Saquon breaks it one late after they wear them down. Because I do think, part of the problem I have with the Eagles right now is they don't play to score a lot of points, and I don't like that. Sometimes they do,
right?
But they don't play that way.
No, they don't. You're right, and the only I mean, there's no doubt about it. If they have a comfortable lead, they're not going to put that many points. I mean, look at the Packers game; they had 22 points in the game, and it never felt like they were in danger of losing it. All right, John, I'm going to ask you the same question. Then we'll let you go. I'll give my score prediction too before you leave, real quick. MVP of the game can't be Saquon Barkley. Who do you got?
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen
All right.
Carter.
So Ed Kracz went Nolan Smith. You're going Jalen Carter. I like it. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to give you my MVP of the game as well. And I'm gonna piss a couple people off in the chat with it. All right. Here we go. This is my score prediction, Johnny Mac. I'm going to take the Eagles 24-17. All right. I got a little bit of a lower scoring game. I think the snow is going to play a factor. I think it's going to be a big running game, but I think there's going to be a couple big plays down the field, in the passing game. I think the Eagles are eventually going to have to take that roof off and be able to make those explosive plays. And that's where I'm going to go. I'm going 24-17 Eagles. Johnny Mack took Jalen Carter, and I was leaning Jalen Carter, but I'm going to go on a whim here, John, for my MVP of the game today. That's not Saquon Barkley. I'm going to go quarterback Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to make a big play in this game. I think Jalen Hurts is going to do something in this game to show you that he is a playoff-ready quarterback. He doesn't give a shit about the regular season stats, but when you need him to make a play, he is there. I'm going Jalen Hurts as the MVP, and I'm going 24-17 Eagles. That's going to be my prediction for the game.
Well, the quarterback is never a bad choice because if you win a game, they're the most impactful, important people on the field. So,
well, I just feel like we've gotten into a season too where, how many games has Jalen Hurts been the MVP of this team this year?
Not many, not enough, which
I don't
is
even
part of the
know.
reason.
Has it been one?
I think you could Pittsburgh. Certainly.
I'll give him Pittsburgh. Yep,
Certainly.
I'll give him Pittsburgh. I'll give him Pittsburgh for sure.
Earlier in the season, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, maybe Green Bay, even though he turned it over, he also made a shitload of big plays. But yeah, it's hard to argue for a lot of games. But certainly Pittsburgh, I would say, would be the one that, and I'd have to go through each game, but haven't been a lot of them, which is part of the problem. He hasn't had his best season, and I'll piss people off as I leave.
Yeah. All right, Johnny Mack, thank you for doing it, brother. I got a couple super chats I still want to read off to the people. Can't let them go. But great show today, man. I thought you were great. I thought Ed Kracz was great as always. And we had another excellent show. I think it was a great week of shows to prepare everybody for a big divisional round playoff game. I feel confident, John, that our listeners will be the most educated Eagles fans as they enter this divisional game, which that means we did our job well. So well done by you, brother. Travel safe today, going down to the NovaCare. Anything on the agenda that's worth mentioning just to walk through today?
Normal Friday practice. Yeah, it'll be at Lincoln Financial Field. Last practice of the week. They'll have a walkthrough tomorrow, and then game day. So typical Friday.
Good stuff there, Johnny Mack. All right, John, be safe out there. There's some snow on the road outside, so make sure you're safe, brother. And we will talk to you Sunday for the pregame show. Looking forward to that. Thank you, brother.
All right, thanks, everybody. Enjoy the weekend of football.
Yes, sir. All right, there's John McMullen here on Birds 365. I love listening to John McMullen talk about football. All right, that was a great week of shows for us here on Birds 365. Many are now asking about Zander time. Here is my dilemma, all right, with Zander time. So yesterday we did a great promotional. All right, I'm going to read off your guys' super chats. Yesterday we did a great promotion. You guys showed out in such a big way, man. You guys are the freaking best supporters. I swear. I know there's a lot of guys who have Eagles YouTube channels. I know there's a lot of great content creators out there. I like them all. I respect them all. I don't know if any of them have people like we do. All right. I just feel like you guys show up, you show out. You engage, you disagree, you share why you disagree. We have a really good community here, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. So we did over $500 yesterday in super chats, okay? And I'm going to use all of that money. I'm actually going to even throw in some ZK bucks, all right, some big Z bucks, and see if I can get some extra stuff here to give away in the channel. The problem is he wasn't ready for me yesterday, so I don't have anything now to give away. I am literally out of everything. The only thing I have left is a Quinyon Mitchell jersey, which has already been given away. But my guy, Devin Parker, asked me if he could get an upgrade in size. And then I got Chuck Hutton as well, who I'm trying to get a jersey for. So I'm trying to see if I'm able to get that jersey. I don't want to give that jersey away because it's Devin's until I can confirm I can get him a bigger size. But I do have nothing, so I want to do something, though, okay? It's Football Friday. You got a playoff game coming up here this weekend. It's the divisional round. There's 8 teams left. There's 8 football games left, all right? There's 8 football games left, man, which I hate. I hate. Johnny Mack doesn't care. I hate it. But I want to do something, all right? So here's what I could potentially do. I could potentially do a JAKIB Sports merchandise giveaway. All right. I could maybe do $100, call it, worth of JAKIB Sports giveaways. Maybe I'll do that today. All right. But like I said, I'm out of Eagles merch, but I will be getting more. All right. I spoke to my guy yesterday. He's like, yeah, you can come on over this weekend. So I might be heading over there tomorrow on Saturday, picking up some more Eagles merch, and then we'll have stuff to give away all next week for the game. So maybe I'll give away some. Is JAKIB merch something of interest to you guys? Do you guys want JAKIB merch? I would do maybe like a hoodie and a Stout U t-shirt or something. I could ship it right to your door. The Dallas Toilets hoodie, that would be a good one. If you guys are up for a JAKIB Sports merchandise giveaway, all right, you let me know in the chat right now, and I will do that. All right, yes. All right, we got some people saying yes. All right, let's do that. We will do. SMD likes the Stout U hoodie. Yeah, shout out to Abe. He helped me with that design, man. Abe crushed that design. So I'll do a JAKIB Sports giveaway today. All right, John wants a Kango. No Kango giveaways. All right, not yet, John. All right, not yet. I was waiting for somebody to call me out on the Juju because this is my Victory Green Kango, and I went with it on Football Friday. So Sue says she's wearing her JAKIB hoodie now. Yeah, shout out to Sue who ordered up her JAKIB merch a little bit ago. Sue, thank you for your support. Slagger says, I want your quarter zip. You guys know the deal with this quarter zip, man. This is not available on the site. This is above Big Z's pay grade. All right. This was a gift for Christmas. All right. This is custom golf. It's like a golf quarter zip, and they got it custom embroidered with the JAKIB logo. So I love it. It's really nice, but I don't have it for sale. In fact, I don't even know how to get it for sale for you, brother. No limit. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Oh, by the way, let me read a couple of super chats. I don't want to let anybody go here. I knew Pumper, I knew you weren't going to be excited with my take about Jalen Hurts being the MVP. I just feel like we've reached a point in the year where how does Jalen not be the MVP of one of these games? I mean, listen, I'm not one of those people who lives in delusion land about what I believe Jalen Hurts is or is not. But I've seen him rise up. I've seen him be great in the postseason. I've seen him, manage a 47-20 record. All right. I know you say it's a terrible take, Pumper, but something's got to give, Pump. And the beautiful thing about this take is Brian, I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. So like you can hit, if you want to shit on me for it after the fact, then that's perfectly fine. And I will take that heat. But I believe the Eagles will win this game handily. And I think it will come down to what we talked about all week. This is just a trench game, guys. How are you supposed to slow down an offensive line that is bigger than you, better than you, faster than you, and stronger than you? I mean, football is a physical game. Football is a game of athletes, of the greatest athletes on earth. I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't see that defensive line. As great as Brandon Fisk is, and he's a great player. He's one of my favorite young rookies. All right, by praying, Abe. Great point. I like Jared Verse. I don't care that he crapped on Philly. I'm truly of the belief. I don't care who likes us. I think Eagle fans need to take on that persona a little bit more. I don't care what Jared Verse says about us. He's not good enough to deal with Jordan Mailata. Braden Fisk, you're a great player. You're not good enough to deal with Landon Dickerson. If you can't deal with them, then you're not going to be able to stop our run game. If you can't stop our run game, then you can't stop our offense. If you can't stop our offense, then good luck keeping up because you got to go up against the number one defense too. I think this is just a simple football game where, you beat people up in the trenches and you're most likely going to win the game. So that's how I'm seeing the game here this weekend. Matt NG checks in. Can we see a jump ball to AJ? Oh, man, from your lips to God's ears, man. From your lips to God's ears. They got to use AJ more. I know that the team is winning the way they're playing, but I think you have such a dynamic player in AJ Brown. I think he is so freaking good. He is so dynamic. He is so versatile. And he makes it impossible for defenses. I think even if your game plan is 21 throws, like, let's seriously, let's run this out. All right. You got Dallas Goedert, you got Jahan Dotson, you got Devontae Smith, you got AJ Brown, you got Saquon Barkley. All right. And you got Grant Calcaterra. Those are your 6 targets in the passing game. All right. You got 6 of them. If you throw the ball 21 times, Is it unfair for me to say 8 to 10 of those 21 targets should be A.J. Brown? Give me 10 to A.J., give me 6 to Devontae Smith, give me, I guess now I'm at 16. I only got 5 left. All right, so maybe that's too many. Maybe go 8 to A.J. Brown, 5 to Devontae Smith. That's 13. Go 4 to Dallas Goedert, 1 to Calcaterra, and 1 to Dotson. I mean, A.J. Brown has to get more targets, all right? If you don't throw to Dotson, I don't care. In fact, if you don't throw to Goddard, I wouldn't care that much. But A.J. Brown, come on, man. Get him involved. Get him involved. Sasha R. checks in. What's up, Sasha? Bad weather and Jake Elliott scares me to death. Oh, man, that's a good take when you got a weather game. You know, I feel like the Eagles are suited for the weather because they can run the ball so well. And obviously that's where you thrive when you have bad weather and snow and things of that nature. But you're right. If they can't get in the end zone, Jake Elliott could become a factor. All right, let me follow up on one of these comments. Brandon, what's up, my dude? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate your support. Z, if the enemy knows you're going to AJ, you can't throw it to him 9 times. He was doubled all game. Well, Brandon, I'll say this. Doubles don't fucking scare me when it comes to AJ Brown. All right, that guy has proven he made a touchdown catch, Brandon Howard. All right, if you might have forgotten this, and I won't criticize you for forgetting it. AJ Brown made a touchdown catch in the Super Bowl in triple coverage. All right? I don't give a shit what he is, man. Throw him the freaking ball. He will be open to some extent. You know, look, you're not wrong, Brandon. You can't force the ball to him and create a turnover. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. I just think you got to. Kellen Moore, this is where you make your money, man. Come on, get him open. Like I said last week, I don't care if you run a freaking jet sweep to get A.J. Brown the ball. I don't care. I know he's not a jet sweep player. I don't care. Do something to get him more than 1 catch for 10 yards. I think that gives you the best chance to win the game. Saquon, A.J., you know, and then Jalen has to play turnover-free, clean football like he has for the whole second half of the year. Matt NG, again, Matt, thanks for your support today, brother. I see a couple super chats from you. Brian Pumper, I'll get to you. Caleb Brandon, thank you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Matt NJ, the running game is working until it's not. If I'm the Rams, I'm watching Tampa Bay and scheming around their success. I don't know, Matt. That was a long time ago, man. That was a long time ago, Matt. That was pre-bye week. That was different philosophy on offense. Now, I'm not saying the Tampa Bay Bucs didn't do a good job, but I would almost go as far as to say I thought the Green Bay Packers last week had a better plan because it's more recent. You know, it's more recent. And they didn't shut down Saquon Barkley, not at all. You know, Saquon Barkley could have maybe had over 150 yards if he just took that last game to the house. But, you know, you saw kind of how they limited the offense. Like, the reason I said the Packers is because I think they put enough on tape in that first half. Like, the Packers had 3 first-half turnovers, and the Eagles weren't able to capitalize. They went into the half up only 10, and I'm like, damn, to only be up 10 with 3 first-half turnovers is egregious. And one of those turnovers came at the Green Bay 28, where you were gifted basically, you know, a very, very, very short field. So I think they put together a couple of drives there where you could maybe take something from that on how to slow down this offense, but it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until you beat them up enough and you can start to run on them. I mean, that's what our story's been all year. Matt, thanks, bro. Efficiency matters until the other team is more efficient, specifically in the passing game and scoring. Well, you're not wrong, and that's why I brought up the Matt Stafford, Sean McVay stuff this week, Matt, because, you know, I said it a little bit on Cilio's show yesterday too, where if for whatever reason, and it was cool to hear John basically say the same thing I said yesterday about, you know, how the Rams would stay in the game. If they're able to get the ball first, go on a nice 6-minute drive, 7-minute drive, and get on the board and put yourself on the scoreboard early, even if the Eagles come back and tie it, I think it gives you the chance to play your brand of football all through the first half. And then if you get into the second half, all the Rams are trying to do is make it a fourth quarter game. If it's a fourth quarter game and we got a 1-score game in the fourth quarter, anybody can win. That's playoff football at its finest. Right, a 1-score game, a 1-score game late in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's what the Rams want. So if they get on the board early and kind of are able to extend how long the game goes, I think that's a different ballgame. If the Eagles go up 14-0, I mean, shit, man, what are the Rams going to do? You know, But you're not wrong. They are an efficient passing game. We'll see how the number one defense in the NFL handles them. Let me make sure everything all good over here. All right. Diane Rossi, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Caleb Brandon, interviewing in the office is crazy. Let it be a player. Caleb, what are you going to do, though, man? I mean, Caleb, I hear you. But, brother, what are you going to do? I'm not about to sit here and criticize Kellen Moore. Caleb, think about this, bro. Think about this. You're a grown man. You're a man that I obviously don't know everything about you, Caleb, but I'm sure you have a career, a desire, a goal, a vision, a dream in life to provide, protect, and sustain a style of living that you want to uphold and that you want to give to your family or whoever it is. Maybe it's just yourself, whatever that might be. I don't know your story. How are we going to criticize Kellen Moore for taking a head coaching interview? I mean, you got so many of these jobs, and I know we don't like the Cowboys and they're fun to rag on, but this is a high-profile job, man. This is a very high-profile job. This is a team, by the way, and I love my team, and I don't say this to criticize them, but look at what they've done to previous coordinators. I mean, Brian Johnson was straight up scapegoated and fired last year for really, I thought, he had the top 10 offense in the NFL. So if you're Kellen Moore, you got to put yourself first, man. You got to put yourself first. And if you have a problem with the playoff at the interviewing, I'm not against that. I'm with you where it's like, come on, man. But don't blame Kellen Moore. Blame the freaking league. Blame the team. Blame something other than the guy who's taking the interview, because this is a dog-eat-dog world. And even more importantly, this is a dog-eat-dog. Forget it. This is a lion-eat-lion league. All right? So you can't knock Kellen Moore for putting himself first. I really don't think so. But I do hear you. Brian Pumper, we have a standard for ourselves and it only rises. I call cap, sir. Number one, a.k.a. him, a.k.a. breed of none. Rent is due and Stinky Hurts can get the boot. I don't know. We'll see, man. Look, Brian, I like I said, I am not in delusion land about Jalen Hurts. I like the player a lot. I think he does have a unique element that he brings to the game. I don't believe he can do no wrong. I don't believe he's the greatest quarterback to ever touch a football, but I do believe that he has a weird, uncanny ability to put the team in a good position. And right now, not turning the ball over is what he's doing. And it's working, man. It's working. Brian, listen, I hear you, man. I hear you. We're 8-0 when Jalen doesn't turn the ball over. We're 8-0 when he doesn't turn the ball over. Like, if you're Jalen, why are we criticizing him for that? He looks and he's like, I'm shooting 100% from the field right now when I do one thing. Not throw for 300 yards, not even get A.J. Brown 100 yards like Zander wants me to, not have six. When I don't turn the ball over, we shoot 100% from the field on winning games. That's what he's doing right now. Our team is good enough around him. Caleb Brandon again. Thank you, bro. Players catch hell for podcasts because it's a distraction. Coaches are interviewing with other teams during playoffs. That's wild. Again, you're not wrong. I have the same take, though. I can't criticize Kellen Moore. If anything, criticize the league. But what's the league going to do? They're not going to change it. Some teams are done January 6th. Some teams are done February 12th. There's too much of a time gap there. You're too close to the draft. There's too much going on. You're never going to be able to escape that and have the league change it. Again, I don't think you're wrong, but I'm not of the opinion we should criticize Kellen Moore too much for it. I will say it sucks that we have a Cowboy come in and then go back and maybe goes back to the Cowboys. Like, come on. But Brian Pumper, again, thank you, Brian. Appreciate your support, my guy. Hurts is the type of guy to show up on the day of class presentation and take full credit. Mid QB, mid fans. Come on, man. No, I don't agree. We don't have mid fans. Our JAKIB chat should prove to you that we don't have mid fans. Tyler Connors. Go Birds. We need a good game from the offensive side if we want to be serious about Detroit. Tyler, I did that. Now that I 100% disagree with, or not disagree, agree with. I mean, if you're gonna go up against Detroit, I think you're gonna have to have a more versatile offense for sure. So I don't disagree with you there. Thanks everybody for the chats today. Great stuff as always. All right, great stuff as always. Love all you guys, man. You guys have been showing out this week. This week has been a really good week on Birds 365. Obviously, it's a playoff push, and you would expect a little bit more activity, but you guys have really been crushing it all across the entire channel. So I can't thank you enough for that. And I hope you guys will tune in on the pre and post game show as well. For those who don't know, on the post game show, I always stay on after Sills and John drop off, and we do the post game show. And if you disagree with me, if you hate me, if you think I'm dumb, if you think I have bad takes, you are entitled to come on and tell me I stink. All right? Talk football with me, debate football with me. Give me your breakdown of what you just saw in the Eagles game. So I'll be doing that again, obviously, through the playoff run. And I hope some of you guys will join me. I know my guy No Limit always joins me there. Bob Brown joins me normally. Joe Whip joins me. My guy Akbar joins me on the show. Clary Voy, and anybody else I'm missing. So we got a good crew of people that normally join, but I always love to get new names as well. So if you want to join me, that would be fantastic. All right, I'd love to talk to you after the game on the post game show right here on JAKIB Sports. All right, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a JAKIB Sports giveaway. All right, by the way, one of my off-season missions, and Sue, I messaged you about this. You asked me about it in the chat. All right, one of my off-season goals is to upgrade the merch site. I know I just got it up this year. And it's so I'm so busy during the season, man. I really don't have much of a time to freaking do as much as I'd like. I wish I had more hands. I wish I had money to hire an assistant because that's really what I need. But let's go check out the merch site and see what we want to give away. All right. I'm going to give away something to the people. And the great thing about this is I can order it from my own merch site basically and ship it right to your door. So I'll order it up today and I'll send it right out to you if you win. What should we do? Let me share the screen with you guys. All right, we got some JAKIB merch here. You can see these are just regular JAKIB tees. I have the JAKIB tees. They're awesome tees. I love the logo on the side. They're comfort colors. They're nice quality for anybody who's bought a tee. Then you have your classic hoodies, the black one. That's the one I was wearing on the show yesterday. The hat, you guys know I rock my hat all the time. Do I have that in my studio? I do not. Where is that? Damn, I don't have that hat in my studio right now. I thought I did, but I don't. So you guys can see there's the hat. I was thinking of doing this. This is the sweatshirt I was thinking of giving away in black. All right. It's got JAKIB Nation bleach green on the back. It's a pretty cool sweatshirt. It's got embroidered JAKIB on the front. All right. And there's nothing on the sleeve, I don't think, on this one, but this is a pretty dope hoodie. Maybe I could give that away. Or a Stout U hoodie. Stout U hoodie would be pretty cool. What do you guys think of a Stout U hoodie? This is the same thing, embroidered on the front, and you got the Stout U logo on the back. I could do that one maybe. The toilets, here's the Dallas toilets. If you like this, most people probably, the only problem with this one is maybe you don't want to wear a toilet on your back. I don't know if you like that one. Or the JAKIB Nation ones. The JAKIB Nation ones are cool because they're all embroidered. And it just says JAKIB Nation on there. All right. So let me know in the chat what you guys are thinking. Now, I don't have anything zip up right now, Daz. I got it. Like I said, in the off season, I plan on working on all this stuff, man. I want to work. There's an old saying, you can work in the business or on the business. I want to work on the business. Right now, my day-to-day is I'm in the business. I'm doing shows. I'm making clips. I'm posting YouTubes. I'm doing all sorts of fun stuff. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. But in the off season, I want to zoom out a little bit and work on the business. What can I do more for the members? What type of infrastructure can I make that, creates a better environment for the people that we have that support us and that this is their football community. You know what I mean? So that's the goal for the off season. But I don't want to go down there now, man. I don't want to go down there now because, I'm just too busy. So, but I'll be freed up and we'll have time to do it. No Limit says, yo, Zander, I'll send you a design for a hoodie or a shirt. Give me like a couple days. That'd be cool, man. That would be cool. A lot of these designs came from our man, Abe. Abe drew these out on paper, like the Stout U hoodie. I'll pull that up real quick. Where's that Stout U hoodie? So that design, Abe drew that design on a piece of paper, like a piece of loose leaf. And I went to a graphic designer with the design, and he basically turned it into color and an image that I could put on a jacket or on a sweatshirt. So, really dope from Abe here. So Abe, thank you, bro. Appreciate you so much, and any support, any love we get from JAKIB Nation, man, I appreciate. I had one guy, Dirty Air. I'm not sure if you're in here. I told that story already, but when sometimes you guys reach out and like, yo, I want to help with JAKIB. It's really dope. It's really dope. Dirty Air made my design for the Zander Krause show logo, which, by the way, I think I want to change my logo already, which is a nightmare. But he made me there he is. There's Dirty Air. He made me a really sick animation for my logo, and what I want to do is upgrade my Dirty Air. I put that on your note. I don't know if you got your jersey at Dirty Air. I sent it out. My email for anybody that wants to email me, and I always answer all my emails. All right. So I love hearing from you guys. If you guys want to email me ever, you always can. It's Zander@jakibmedia.com. There's my email. I just put it in the chat. I love hearing from you guys. On a personal note, I'll say this about what I do, because I absolutely love what I do. I could work all day. I love it. It doesn't bother me. I sit in my studio from 6:30 a.m. to freaking 10 o'clock at night every day. And there's not one part of it that puts me in a bad mood or makes me agitated or anything. I love what I do. But my favorite part about what I do, my absolute favorite part about what I do is not talking about Eagles. It's not covering a football team. It's not doing giveaways, as fun as that is. It's not having, you guys know who I am, as cool as that might be. My favorite thing about what I do is connecting with the people. We're all humans at the end of the day. We thrive, we grow, we evolve based on human connection. And I love hearing from you guys. I love when you guys DM me, message me over on X. Like, I have a great community on X, so you guys message me. Even some people on Instagram reach out to me. I just started that platform, so that's a little smaller right now. But I love when you guys reach out to me. So thank you guys so much, man. It really is cool having a community like this that shows out. Park Alexander checked in. Washington on an Eagles home game Super Bowl. Are you saying for the NFC title game? I have a hard time believing that the Commanders are going to beat the Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, man. James Jones, our resident Commander fan. For football, DC back to life. I love it. 13 wins. James, there's no doubt, man. You should be tooting your horn, and I'm not going to criticize you for it. That's an impressive job by your team, man. They really, really had a good year. There's no doubt. And as an Eagle fan, I will easily tell you that Jane Daniels is going to be giving us a hard time for a long time. He's a good player, man. A special player for sure. And it seems like a special kid, man. Seems like a special kid. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do for the merch. All right, I think we're thinking Stout U. You guys want to give me something in the chat? You guys think it's Stout U? Stout U for the giveaway? I'll give away a Stout U hoodie, and maybe I'll give away a T-shirt as well. Maybe like a JAKIB Nation, JAKIB Bleeds Green, the T-shirt. And you can pick what color. You can see I got multiple colors. That's the white logo, and then this one's the black with it in black. So you could pick one of these colors if you wanted. I'll do the Stout U hoodie and a tee. How's that? A Stout U hoodie. If you win, you could go long sleeve or short sleeve. Whatever one works for me, Cody. All right. And Sue, if you win, you can pick whatever you want. All right, Sue. Anything you want from the merch site, I'll get you it. Because I know you already have the sweatshirt, the Bleeds Green sweatshirt, I think you have, and the Stout U. I forget what you ordered, so you'd have to let me know. Abe ordered the hat and beanie. Abe, I'm going to get you some stuff too, brother. I've just been so spread thin. So, Abe, I promise you, I will do. Abe, I didn't forget about you. Don't worry, man. I never forget about the people. Yeah, Neil, I was wondering if that would be something we could do, a Discord or something. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't see that, Philly Don. I didn't see that, man. All right, somebody was asking how to be a member. I'll share that in the chat one time. For those who want to be a member, you don't have to be a member. Your viewership here is appreciated always, whether you're a member or not. But if you do want to support the channel, they do help. They do go a long way in helping the channel. Obviously, I got to pay the knuckleheads, Cilio and McMullen. So, the memberships and the super chats definitely go a long way in helping the channel. So if you want to become a member, I just shared the link in there. I'll pin that to the top, and you can become a member at that link. There's 3 tiers. So whatever you want to do, I appreciate. And if you don't do it, that's perfectly fine too, man. I love all you guys. Caesar, yeah, it was you that was asking. Thanks for being here, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you, brother. All right, let's do this giveaway. And Caesar, if you're thinking about becoming a member, I will wait for you to be a member so I can add you to the giveaway. All right. I will, if you are. If you're not, that's fine too. It doesn't bother me. But I'm going to do the giveaway. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the Stout U hoodie. I feel like we should do a hat too, because I was rocking this hat like every day on the show. So I almost feel like we should do a hat. But maybe, how about this? All right. If you win, we'll pick it together. Okay. We'll pick it together. You get 2 items. One of them can be a sweatshirt, and another thing could be a t-shirt, a hat, something else. All right. It won't be 2 sweatshirts, but maybe you want a polo. If you're a golf guy like that, I do have a polo on the website. That's what we'll do. All right. So let's draw a name. Let's draw a name. Maybe we have 1 or 2 winners, depending on, maybe I pick another winner. All right. If we get a little love, if I get a couple members, you know, Big Z can be bought, everybody. You know, Big Z can be bought. All right. You know, I could be bought. So if you guys, if we get a couple more members or whatever in here, I will do a couple giveaways of JAKIB merch. All right. I will do a couple winners of JAKIB merch. Let me pull up my thing that you guys all say is fake news. All right. Is fake news. JAKIB merch, baby. JAKIB merch. JAKIB merch to a member. Yes, I am easy. I am easy. All right. I am easy. No, I didn't get a new picker. I'm waiting for Brian Fleming to do the coding for me. All right. I got my thing open though, the giveaway picker. All right. And I'm telling you, if we get a couple super chats, I don't know when something comes in to support the channel here, I will do multiple giveaways. All right. I will do multiple giveaways. Let me get my member list though. David Blaylock, by the way, became a member earlier today. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Boda becomes a new member. Boda, are you a new member? Boda, thanks for becoming a member. Brandon Howard, gifts a member. Farmer Jay, welcome to the membership, man. Thank you for your support. There you go. All right, that's 2. That's 2 new members. Brandon, really cool of you to gift a membership. Thanks, brother. Thank you, brother. So what I'm going to do here is refresh that. All right, you just got Boda added and Farmer J are added. Good stuff. Yeah, snow game. Are we getting a snow game, yo? If we get a snow game, that'll be so fun to watch. Oh, my gosh. I would love to get a snow game. I would love to get a snow game. Oh, Boda. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were a member. I thought you were a member. It's all good either way, Boda. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the support. But I always look for your comments because you're always the guy who comments, hey, Zander. I love answering you when I see it, at least. Farmer Jay just got gifted. So, Farmer, shout out to you. Boda Sactra became a member today or re-up. Boda, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And David Blaylock's in here. David, thank you for becoming a member earlier today. All right. Thank you for becoming a member earlier today. Means a lot to me. Means a lot. Caesar, there he is. Thank you, bro. Steve Ike. Dang, all you guys showing out. All right, here we go. JAKIB Legend. Caesar becomes a Legend member. Holy shit. Holy shit. Caesar. Thank you, brother. Steve Ike. Thanks for joining, my man. I appreciate you, Steve. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Steve. Thank you, man. Thank you. You guys are epic. All right, what is that? 4 new members, and we got a Legend member. All right, if we get 1 more member and maybe 1 more Legend member, that might be a big ask. All right, maybe that's not fair. Maybe that's not fair. Caesar, that's really cool of you, bro. Thank you, man. That is dope. I love our Legends. Caesar, you know I do some giveaways for Legends only too. All right, yesterday we did a Legends only giveaway. Maybe I'll do another one today. Yeah, Flex. That's become my signature. All right. Holy shit. I love doing that. Although you're right. God's probably not happy with me, but I went to confession. He'll forgive me, I think. Hopefully. I try and live an honest and just life to the best of my abilities. All right. But we're all sinners, Flex. We're all sinners in some way, Flex. All right. Did I miss anybody? I got Steve. I got Caesar. All right. If we get Chili, are you in Chili? Holy shit. Holy shit. Chili. That's cool, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. All right. You guys know Big Z can be bought. All right. All right. I answer this question often. All right. I'll give you the answer though. Thomas says, silly question. What does JAKIB mean or why JAKIB? All right. Tomas. JAKIB is a family business. All right. My dad started It looked a lot different when my dad started this company. All right. We were only radio. All right. And JAKIB he started this in 2010. So we're going on year 15. All right. Year 15 of JAKIB. I have not been involved for JAKIB for 15 years. JAKIB, as it stands today, is way different than when it was at 2010. It's always been a media company. My dad's been in media for 40 years. All right. JAKIB is an acronym for the first letter of his 5 kids' initials. All right. So J is Joseph. A is me, Alexander. Then there's Kateri, Isabel, and Brittany. So it's his 5 kids. All right. That's where the name comes from. I know it doesn't mean anything Eagles. It doesn't mean anything sports. People are like, what does it mean? We would never change it because it's got major meaning in our family. And then when I started working with my dad, dropped out of college. All right. Dropped out of college in 2020. I launched my own business. And I had my own business for about 2 years when I lived in Houston. And then I started to get into media. And I didn't work with my dad at the time. I started to get into media myself. And I made the Zander Krause Show podcast. And then I was like, I had a conversation with my dad and I'm like, yo, I really think that we could take some of what you do and make it on YouTube where I think we could have more sustained success, where radio, you're making content and it expires. It doesn't live anywhere. So, that's when we decided to team up and I ran everything on the YouTube front. Obviously my dad's an older guy. He's, he has no idea how to use social media or YouTube or any of those things. So, and then we started with the middle. That was our first show. Then we launched Cilia. Then we launched Birds 365. We had a couple shows in between there. We've had a long journey, man. We've been up and down. We've done a lot of shit, man, in the last 4 or 5 years. So, but that's where JAKIB comes from. So it's an acronym for the first 5 letters of his name, of his kids' names. So really cool. All right, let's do this giveaway. All right, we've gone quiet. I was thinking we got another legend member. I'm doing a legend giveaway today too. All right. We had a legend winner yesterday, Philly Don. Shout out to Philly Don. All right. Shout out to Philly Don. And we get one more upgrade. Maybe Big Z I can be bought. All right. I can be bought. What up, Backbar? Good to see you, my guy. Hope you're doing well, man. Brandon's everything out here. He's a legend already. He's gifting memberships out of here, man. Brandon, I love you, brother. I appreciate your support as well. You can't gift legends. Yeah, I don't think you can. But maybe I'll do a legend giveaway anyway. Maybe I'll do one anyway. All right. Maybe I'll do one anyway. All right. Let me pull up this giveaway. All right. We're giving away JAKIB merch today. All right. You can see there's a hat there. You can pick, basically, there's going to be 2 things. You can pick a sweatshirt if you want to pick the sweatshirt, something like this. You could pick the Stout U sweatshirt. Here it is. I showed you this. All right. They got this in some multiple colors. It doesn't really pop on the tan there. You can pick the Dallas one. You could pick JAKIB Nation, which is cool. You could pick the shirt. It has the logo on the side. I love the side logos that says Philadelphia on it. All right, so that's what we're doing right now. We're doing a giveaway of JAKIB merch. It's comfort colors. It is comfort colors. They're nice tees, I will say. They're nice tees. All right. They're nice tees. All right, let me pull this up. Here we go. This is our list of names. You guys know how we do this. All right, JAKIB merch is here. Let me make sure I'm all organized. Yeah, Loki, it'd be cool. I'd like to do the I'd like to do maybe a show, me and my dad one day. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? All right, here we go. Let's do our first giveaway here. All right. It is like family, Loki. I see it the same way. I don't know if everybody sees it that way, which is fine, but I do think we have a great community of people that all love the Eagles, all want to talk football, all love football. I mean, you know how football fans are. Football fans love football, you know. All right, let's do it. Go confirm. Right now, I'm feeling one giveaway, maybe two if we get another upgrade. Who's out there that wants to upgrade? Maybe, may or not. Maybe I have a legend giveaway coming. Maybe we'll do 2 giveaways today of Jacob Murray. Who knows? All right. We could rotate it out. All right, we're going to go 3 shuffles. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. You must be present to win. You must be present to win. All right, so the people in the chat, SMD's in here. Brandon Howard's in here. Sue Chick's in here. Akbar Divine's in here. Akbar to Star. Akbar, you should change your name to Akbar to Star. Izzy B's in here. What's up, Izzy B? Dank Bird Gang. Tribes, he's got a sick feeling about this game. I don't know, Tribe. Although you're right about the bigger cause, no doubt. And I don't know if that trumps talent, though. King Tango, Dank Bird Gang's in here. All right, appreciate you guys. Let's do this first giveaway here. All right, you must be present to win, and we'll pick Joe Whip. What's up, Joe? Steve Ike. Steve, thanks for becoming a member. Thank you all. Wilfredo, what's up, my dude? I appreciate you reaching out to me the other day on Insta, man. Love hearing from my people. Love hearing from the great people at JAKIB Nation. All right, must be present to win. Let's do it. Come on. Got to claim your prize in the chat. Got to claim your prize in the chat. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ginger Hermit. Ginger Hermit. Who the heck is Ginger Hermit? Are you here, Ginger Hermit? Is there a link for the merch store? That would be jakibsports.com. All right. jakibsports.com. I have never heard. Maybe I have seen a hermit. All right. I don't know. Ginger Hermit, are you here? Ginger who? Chester Parks is next. Red Rocket Herman. Ginger Hermit is hiding in his shell. Kermit the Hermit. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you, brother. Redheaded Hermit. Dude, speak up. Are you talking to me, Neil? I don't think so. You guys should be able to hear me well. I'd be hollering at you guys. Ginger Hermit, are you here? Okay, new winner. New winner. Ginger Hermit's not here. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Hermit crabs stink. I got you, Neil. Thanks, bro. All right, here we go. Here we go. Any new members? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing on the new members. Is this a 1 giveaway day? Oh, man. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Must be present to win. Thank you for all being members. I love you all. Let's do this. Come on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maurice Alston. Oh, I know Maurice. Maurice is a big watcher. He's not as big of a commenter, but he is a watcher. Wilfredo gives some membership, so we're up to 2 giveaways. I got the extra member. Will we get a legend member for a legend giveaway? All right. Will we get a legend member? Wilfredo gifts 1. Where are you, Maurice? Maurice got to be here. Maurice has got to be here. Maurice, are you out there? Next. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Next. Next. You guys love saying next, but let it lay. Let it lay. Let it lay. You got to give him time to breathe. Got to give him time to breathe. All right. Let it lay. How do I upgrade? Check out the link, brother. I think I pinned it. Did I pin it, guys? I did pin it. So I think if you click that all day, you can upgrade. You can upgrade on that link. I believe. I don't know. YouTube's weird with the iPhones, man. If you're on an iPhone, they make it hard. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I agree, For Reals. You got to get Flex a custom JAKIB. Get him out of here shirt. That would be great. Get him out of here. All right, we're spinning again. Maurice is not here. Maurice, I love you. I appreciate you. You're not here, though. Not here. Dank Bird Gang. Give some membership. Uh-oh. All right, we're going to have at least 2 winners today. At least 2 winners today. At the very least, we'll have 2 winners today. Who got one? Thomas, you were gifted. Awesome, man. I'll add you in. All right. And Jesse Breitbart was gifted by Wilfredo. So well done by you guys. And any other gifts? I thought a couple other gifts came in. All right. Well done. Well done. Yeah, click that link at the top if you want to upgrade it. It might work. All right. So, Maurice, you're done and you're dusted. Maurice, done and dusted. All right. We will have 2 winners today. Okay. We will have 2 winners today. Now, who were the names that I just read out that were gifted? I think it was Tomas was gifted, right, Tomas? You were the guy asking about JAKIB. I think I just saw you gifted. Here we go. William again with $10. William, thank you, man. Fly Eagles fly. Who got gifted? Can you guys? I can't go back on StreamYard. Let me go on YouTube side and see. All right, it was Tomas Espinola. All right. Brother, thank you for being here and for being a watcher. Congrats on being gifted a membership and a chance to win. I appreciate your support. And who else? Jesse Breitbart got one here. Breitbart. That's a funny last name. Any relation to Breitbart, the Breitbart News Company? Did anybody else gift a membership that I missed? Write them friggin' name. Philly Don, the problem is they don't show up to me on StreamYard. I got to go and fish for them on my channel on the back end. That's the issue. Quick. Also, Philly Don, quit fucking crying, Philly Don. You're fucking crying to me. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that. Let me make sure I got everybody. All right, new poll coming. New poll coming. All right, Caesar I got. David I got. Jesse I got. Waddington I got. He won yesterday. All right, good. We got everybody. We got everybody. We got everybody. Philly Don, you know I love him. Just messing with you. All right, confirm. Here we go. 489 members. You guys are killing it, man. Almost at 500. Remember, James Carver did gift like 100, so they're all going to drop off soon. All right, we'll be back down to like 370 probably. Keith Higgins, you are not a member. Keith, you are not a member, brother. You ain't crying, you're bitching. All right, that's fair. You're not crying, you're bitching. All right. Well, quit bitching. How about that? All right, 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. You guys think we should get rid of the grays? Should we get rid of the grays? Start. Come on. Got to be present to win. Got to be present to win. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big C. Big C. Come on, Big C. You know I love me some Big C. He is great. He is one of our great viewers. And maybe that was a pause. You guys will probably use that one against me too. Is Big C here? This ain't Gray Appreciation Day. Yeah, I hope Big C's here too because he's my guy. Come on, Big C. Come on, Big C. No comment. Yeah, no comment is right. All right. Yo, Abe, pause with that shit. All right, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys are killing me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Tomas, new fan in the house. Let's go, Tomas. Welcome to the Thunderdome, baby. Keith, you can join at the link. I'll share it to you right now. All right. There it is pinned at the top of the chat. but I know sometimes people don't know how to see that. Here is the link. Big C. Big C. Where's he at? What's Big C's name on Twitter? He's always mentioned mess. There he is. I'm going to, bro. Come on. I like this one. That's a good one. Big C ya. Big C is a big L today. All right, his time's up. You're right. As much as I'd like him to win because he's a great member, you're done. You're done, Big C. You're done. Yo, Dank, don't clip that. Dank, fuck you, Dank. I love you, Dank. All right, here we go. Come on, new winner. Wait, somebody became a member, right? Or no? No, nobody did. William gave $10. Thank you, William. All right, thank you, William. Man, you ain't clipped nothing, Dank. It's clipped and saved. You got to be kidding me. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Get him out of here. Start. Come on, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Mint diggity. Come on, Mint. Come on, Mint. Mint, you gotta be here, Mint. I know Mint. You guys should know Mint too. You guys should know Mint Diggity. Now, Leon, he's in the chat a lot. Where's Mint Diggity? Mint Diggity, no diggity. Yeah, Mint's around. Mint stinks. People really OD be making these usernames. Yeah, but Dirty Air. People might say the same thing about yours. I like yours, though. I like your logo, too, your little Dirty Air logo. Not turning the Kango around. No way. All right? This is not the style to wear forwards. People come in the chat and they hate on the Kango. I'm like, yeah, you wish you could rock a Kango like fucking Big Z can. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on, man. What's Abe saying that everybody's laughing at? Fucking Abe. Abe, you always got some jokes, Abe. Mint Diddy. Abe, you always got some shit to say, Abe. I love you, though, brother. All right, here we go. Diggity, you're done. You're done, Diggity. Start. Come on. Confirm. It's already 11 o'clock. Yo, the more I do shows, the quicker these things go. I thought it was 10:14. I thought we ended Burst 365 14 minutes ago. It's 10:54. Holy shit. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stephen Kaufman, he won yesterday. Now I'm starting to question my own giveaway picker. Where is Brian Fleming? He was supposed to code me one. Where are you, Kaufman? Next. Look at Tomas. Tomas, I'll tell you why I love this comment right here. All right. I'll tell you why I love Tomas's comment. And Tomas, am I pronouncing your name right? Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just Thomas. All right. I'll tell you why I love this comment. He said he's a new viewer. He had no idea what JAKIB meant, and he just was gifted a membership. But he's already in here talking shit, saying next. That's a guy that will fit in the JAKIB chats. All right. That's a guy who will fit in the JAKIB chats. Welcome to the show, Tomas. Way to step up and speak your mind. All right. Next. I love it. All right. Goodbye, Kaufman. You're out. If James Jones is picked next, James Jones, I will put the Zander kibosh on it. All right. And he will not win. I'm already ordering the guy a motherfucking Jaden Daniels jersey. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You got to be. It's the middle of an Eagles playoff run. The Commanders are in the playoffs too. And I'm actually using my hard-earned money to buy a fucking Commanders jersey. All right? Oh, my God. Start. Confirm. I'm happy for him too. Oh, okay. You're not a new viewer. I appreciate that. You love big sales. Gotcha, bro. Happy for my boy James. Ray, what you talking about, man? Ray, you're not Ray. Don't play with me like this, Ray. Ray, don't play with me. Ray, don't you dare play with me. You hear me? I got multiple black Kangos. All right? Ray's fucking playing with me. Ray, I like this one, but this one's not it's not broken in yet. I like when they're not broken in. All right? But this one's got the gold Kango logo. You see that, Ray? I got this with the regular gray logo too. I'll go blackout today. I'll go blackout. Nice, Ray. Appreciate you, bro. All right, 3 shuffles. 3 shuffles. It does match the zip up. Sometimes I like to go, like the green matches it too, though. See the green logo here? Don't distract them. See, Charles is watched enough to know if you start distracting Big Z, we're going to be here for a while. All right? Yeah, black and gold's fire. All right, here we go. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. Come on. Come on, Halpin, shut up. Charles, shut up. 3, 2, 1. Seth Shifley. Come on, Seth. You got to be here. Seth dropped a super chat earlier on the show. Let me find it. Yes. All right. Seth is a member, and he dropped a super chat on today's show. Seth Shifley, not to be confused with Seth Joyner. No. Akbar says the green looked better. I agree, Akbar. That's why I came in I came in hot, Akbar. I'm just showing love for Ray, who wanted the black on, so I'll give him the black for a little bit. He didn't have great comment by Brode. He didn't have the stamina. Yeah, well, stamina ain't no issue with Big Z. Let me tell you something. Stamina is no concern in this household. Okay? All right? Stamina ain't a concern around here. You know what I'm saying. Here we go. New winner. Seth, you're done. You're done, Seth. Confirm. Start. No, 1 shuffle. That's 2 shuffles. That's 3. You see, why you guys got to go no diddy? Why you guys got to go no diddy on me? See, you guys have the depraved minds. You guys have the depraved minds, not me. Start. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shay Berry. Shay, are you here? Stamina-less Seth is gone. Now Shay is out of stamina. What baby oil are you talking about? I don't know Shay Berry, I don't think. Might be a gifted member. Might be a gifted. You know, we treat the gifteds differently around here, Tomas. You're a gifted, all right? You're a gifted. I'm just kidding. I love you. I appreciate you. Club Shay Shay? Who the F? Kick him to the curb. Wow, Philly Don going ruthless on us. Shay Berry, are you here? Yeah, it takes this many every day, Nick. What are you talking about? That's part of the fun of doing Must Be Present, though, because it gives you more chances. It gives people more excitement, I think. Shea Butter. Shea Butter is gone, and Shea Berry will be replaced. All right, here we go. 3 shuffles again. 2, 3. Start. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ricky Gocknauer. Do not know how to pronounce that one. Leon says, this is my double entry ticket. That will not be buying you the merch giveaway. Okay? Get him out of here. Loki, stop. I already got one pause, no diddy. I'm done with the no diddies. I'm done with the no diddies for the day. All right? Izzy B, I don't have any more AJ jerseys. I gave them all away. Eagles all day. Tell me he upgraded to a legend. Tell me that that's what just happened. Somebody confirm this to me. JAKIB family. All right. Family's great too. I appreciate it. Yo, Eagle all day. Thank you for upgrading, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. JAKIB fam is great too, man. Thank you for your support. All right, good stuff. Ricky, you're done. You're done and you're dusted. Start. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Manny Martinez. Manny, are you here? Manny, are you here? Get him out of here. Oh, man. I got to go back to the green Kango, man. You guys are playing with me. Black Kango is not. Ray, I blame you. Manny, are you here? All right, he's done too. Let it lay. Zander time will milk you. You guys should know this by now. All right? Stamina has been the word of the day, all right? All right, you will either stick it out and you will stay in the chat until we get our winner, or you will be done. All right. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Zander milking us is fucked. Zander having some diddy. No diddy. Yo, all you guys, shut the fuck up. Start. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Screaming Jerry Lee. Who is this? Screaming Jerry Springer. Get him out of here. Ryan says, who the fuck? And Sue is getting agitated. Sue, will you tap out? You might. Screaming Jerry Lee hockey. Jerry Lee. Who the F are these people? Jerry Jones, his family member. Get him out of here. How many people are watching right now? 354. Only 400 more draws. Hang in there, Izzy B. Be patient. Anthony Wilson, you won the other day, my guy, and you weren't here. Anthony Wilson, the people will tell you. Your name was picked. I forget what it was for. And I wanted you to be here. I'm like, Anthony Wilson's a great supporter. All right? Hopefully he's here. You're done. You're done and you're dusted. You weren't here. Real Zeal is here. Stop clapping. It's throwing off the shuffle. Yo, Kevin Landon. You worry about Kevin Landon. How about that, my guy? All right? I'm just messing with you, Kevin. All right, Jerry Lee, you're done. You're done. Get them out of here. Start. One shuffle. It's 11:06 now. We've gone through another 15 minutes somehow. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Should we go a 4th shuffle for good luck? 4 shuffles. Start. I have a feeling that the 4th shuffle will work, and we will have a winner today, right here, right now. 1, Tony. Who the hell is Tony? Who the hell is Tony? No, the shuffles don't do shit other than give you a different looking list. Another gray. Yo! Woo! Let's go, Tony! Too generic next. No, Tony is here. I love the name Tony. It's a great name. My uncle is Tony. Maybe it's Uncle Tony. Is it Uncle Tony? Are you my Uncle Tony? All right, Tony, let's do it now. What do you want to pick, bro? What do you want to pick? All right, we're going to have another winner. All right, we still got one winner yet to be picked. So hang in there. Be patient. Go get a glass of water. I'll show you in a second, Tony. All right. Be patient. Dirty air. Not a said what. Yeah, I say a lot of shit up here that people tell me I shouldn't say, but I'm just being big Z. All right. Tony, you have 2 picks, okay? You have 2 picks of JAKIB merch. All right, I'll make it a little bigger for you here. All right. Tony, you can pick a sweatshirt and a t-shirt or a sweatshirt and a hat. You can see this one. It has JAKIB embroidered on the front with JAKIB Nation bleeds green on the back. Maybe you like this. Maybe you like Jeff Stoutland and you want the Stout U shirt or sweatshirt. All right. There you go. Stout U sweatshirt. I also have this in a long sleeve or a short sleeve. Long sleeve or short sleeve. All right. Tony, I'm looking for your comment. You could go JAKIB Nation. All right. And pick the JAKIB Nation sweatshirt with the JS on the side. All right. You want the JAKIB hoodie. Which hoodie do you want? All right. You want the JAKIB Nation bleeds green? Do you want the JAKIB Classic? This has nothing on the back. It just has the embroidered logo on the side. The JAKIB Nation hoodie, great pick. All right, now you get to pick a t-shirt too. You get to pick a t-shirt too. So this is the hoodie you want, right? Oh no, bleeds green? How about a bleeds green shirt and a JAKIB Nation hoodie or vice versa? Bleeds green hoodie with a JAKIB Nation shirt. Tony, deep breath. You're commenting too quick. You get a shirt and a hoodie. All right. Say hoodie, I want this. Shirt, I want this. And then you can say long sleeve or short sleeve. Congrats, Tony, by the way. Bleeds green is dope. It is cool. Yeah, that one's cool. We have this in white too, if you like white. Hoodie, you want bleed green. Okay, do you want white? You want a black hoodie, right? Or do you want it? They do have this in white. All right, we do have this in white. Actually, I think I have it right here. Yeah, look. I have a white one in here. This is mine. Black hoodie. All right. I'm just going to show you the white one because why not? It's cool. All right. And you can see they're stitched on the front. I'm a black hoodie kind of guy too. I'm not a white hoodie guy. All right. So you're going hoodie, bleeding green, black hoodie. All right. All right. I got you, Tony. And then you want the JAKIB Nation t-shirt. All right. Let me write this down. And what size are you? XL, large, medium, small? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Tony. Tony wants bleeds green, black hoodie. JAKIB Nation, large hoodie and large tee. You want short sleeve, long sleeve on t-shirt. JAKIB Nation t-shirt, black. I'll get you in black in that too. All right, I actually only have that in black, so that's black. Okay. Short sleeve, got you. T-shirt, short sleeve. And you're a large in everything, correct? Large in everything. All right. You got it, brother. You got it. Congrats on your win. All right. Congrats on your win. Congrats on your win. So this is what Tony will get. He will get the bleeding green, JAKIB bleeds green in the black with the JAKIB embroidered on the front. And he will get the JAKIB Nation tee. All right. This says JAKIB Nation on the front, and it's got the logo with the Philadelphia on the side. All right. So that is your winner, and that's his 2 picks. Well done, Tony. Congratulations. I appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. One last question for Tony. Yes. Email coming. That was my last question. Please email me now so I know where to send it. So I know where to send it. Yes. All right. Email me, Tony. I got your information written down. Just need your address, and I'll send that out today. All right. Might take a week or so to get there, but I will order it today for you, and it'll ship directly to your house. So, Tony, sadly for you, I won't be able to write you a signature JAKIB love note. That's what they're calling them in the chat. Flex got one. Twiz got one. Anybody else that won in the last week will get one. All right. But unfortunately for you, the picker is not fucked. All right, NG. Quit crying. Now let's share back. Let's pick our second winner. Let's pick our second winner. All right, here we go. All right, Tony, you sent me it. I got it. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Thank you, brother. I got it. Love note is wild. Stop saying that. Flex, you liked your note, didn't you? It's not a love note. It's just a show of appreciation that I do appreciate everything you guys do. Akbar, that's what I'm going to be doing when I get off, brother. All right, let's do this. Start. Tony, congrats. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for watching JAKIB. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JC Garcia. JC Garcia. Are you out here? Are you out here, JC? Get him out of here. I don't care what Gmail recognizes. Send the email. It'll work, Philly Don, I promise. Zander at jakibmedia.com. It works. I have many Gmails. Trust me, Philly Don, it works. Trust me, brother. JC Garcia, are you here? The chat is dead. Where is everybody in the chat? Here's Anthony. I have work meetings throughout the day. Sometimes I have to jump off. All good, I support because I love the content, not to win anything. That's cool, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Joe Whip says it works for Big Zed. I don't know what Big Zed means, but. Tyler Braswell, Birds 365 logo would be cool. Yeah, I want to revamp the Birds 365 logo. Honestly, I don't love it. It's old now. It's outdated. I want all new branding on the show. New logo, new streaming package, like new graphic package. I want new everything. JC is done. You're gone. Start. Let's get a new winner in here. Come on. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Johnny Cage 202. Johnny Cage 202. I see Johnny in the chat. What's up, Boda? Z is how the rest of the English-speaking world pronounces the letter Z. There you go. Joe, you learn something new every day. Yeah, I don't like too crazy though, Matt. I like more, I want more sleek and professional, honestly. You know, I think I want to make it more full screen too. I don't like the boxes being so small. Johnny Cage, are you here? Mortal Kombat. Is that what Johnny Cage is from? Z is how they, there you go, another explanation. And in the UK alphabet, Z. So what would I be? Zander? What would I be? Dan, can you tell me how you'd pronounce my first name? Or Joe Whip, one of you guys? See, Joe, you're a world traveler. I saw you say you've been to all continents. I have not, all right? I've only been to Canada for a hockey tournament. All right, new pick. Johnny's not here. New pick. America, Z. Yeah, Steve Ike. Exactly. I'd rather go and visit some states in the U.S. I haven't been to yet. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Real Zeal, where are you? Where are you, Real Zeal? 4, 3, 2, 1. Edgar! I don't think Edgar's going to be here, though. Edgar's a great viewer. Edgar has sent a $100 super chat before. Where's Zeal? Did he follow up with me? I want to know where Zeal is that he said, come here. Zeal, let me know where you're at. Yeah, Sue, you're out in Utah, aren't you? I love Utah. Yeah, Florida's got some crazy good hockey players, bro. No doubt. Zed's Dead. Yeah, I know that band. I mean, I don't know. Are they a band, a music group? I don't know what the heck they are. Ah, you live in Florida. Yeah, I go down to Florida all the time, bro. I go down to Florida all the time. Love Florida. Florida's a great spot. Southern Utah. Wow, Sue, that's dope. Sue, I went to where'd I go in Utah? Park City? I know Park City's probably not by you. I went to Park City, though, a couple years ago. Pretty cool. Not my favorite. I liked Jackson Hole way more. Jackson Hole, Wyoming was probably my favorite place I've ever been. It's definitely Mormon country out there. Yeah, it's definitely Mormon country in Utah for sure. Definitely. Doesn't bother me, though. I don't care. I mean, as long as you're a good person, I don't care who you pray to, what you believe. I mean, you know. Start. Confirm. Let's get another winner here. 3. Yes, Dirty Air. Great. One of the greatest experiences of my life, Dirty Air. Skiing in Jackson Hole is unreal. My favorite part about Jackson Hole, Dirty Air, is like you go to Park City, you go to Vail, you go to Beaver Creek, you go to Breckenridge, you go to Steamboat Springs. They're all amazing. Don't get me wrong. They're all beautiful. But they're all really resorty. Right? Like they're everything is groomed and they're super resorty. You know, they're kind of built for tourism in a way. You go to Jackson Hole, it's like snow fell on the side of a mountain and you gotta figure out how to get to the bottom. Jackson Hole is legit. Jackson Hole is no joke, man. Me and my brother, that was a brother's trip. All right. We left the ladies at home for Jackson Hole, and we went to Jackson Hole. And we went in the hardest skiing season, though. I'd go back to Jackson Hole in the summer with the ladies, but skiing season, Jackson Hole, insane. Now, I never went. My brother just recently went, though, this year. They have great golf in Jackson Hole. I'm sure they do. I mean, have you ever been? Dude, Wyoming is wild. Like, you fly into Utah, or, you know, like there's like some stuff around. Dude, I flew into Wyoming. First off, you get off the plane and you're outside. The Teton Mountains are right to your left. You deboard the plane and you're already in glacier land, in mountains everywhere. There's not a building or a skyscraper to be seen anywhere. It's just vast land. And you're like, holy shit. Holy crap, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Jackson Hole is unbelievable. I'm definitely going back to Jackson Hole. All right, let's do another giveaway winner here. I don't know how many shuffles I just did, but I'm going to go 3 more. All right. Here we go. Six. Yeah, Swiss Alps. I definitely want to do that, Joe. 3, 2, 1. Brian Grensick. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Brian's a great viewer. He messages me on my Instagram all the time. I don't know if he's going to be here right now, though. I think he's more of a night watcher. Where I haven't seen him in a little bit either, honestly. But he did comment on my Instagram like a day ago. Literally. I'm reading his comment right now. He commented, looking good, bro. Yeah, Brian Grensick, here he is. Follow my guy back, actually. All right, Grensick, you're done, unfortunately. I don't think you're here. Joe, I'm trying to figure it out now. You know, my girlfriend's dogging me to get down there, but I'm in work mode. I'm in major work mode right now. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Looking good, bro. What a lame comment. Ryan, you just love hating. I do both, Matt, but skiing clears. Skiing's way better. Start. Come on. We need another winner. We already got Tony, who's a winner. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Samuel Moore. Feels like a loss. Philly Don, I got it. What is this you keep emailing me about, though? I mean, Philly Don, what do you think I got? All day to sit around here and read UPS articles? I'm just busting your stones, Philly Don. I'm messing with you. I'm just busting your balls, brother. Damn, bro, are you a BMX rider? Bro, that is cool. Now, that shit is cool, man. I'm telling you right now. Tyler says, I meant Birds 365. Is Samuel Moore here? No. I didn't think he'd be here. That's a gift. I'm telling you right now, that's a gifted member. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Come on, we're going rapid fire. It's already 11:30. I got to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big Marshall. Come on, Big Marsh. He's one of our wrenches, isn't he? Come on, Big Marsh. Yeah, I'm hungry, Flex. I normally don't get too hungry, though, at this time of the day yet. Yeah, Sue, you know Big Marshall. I'll check that out, Rob. Thank you, man. If you like Jackson, try Mammoth Lakes. Yeah, that's California. That's California. That dude, he's a regular for sure. Big Marshall's a regular, but he's mostly silly. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see him. I don't see him in Birds a lot. All right, new winner. I'll tell him he won, but he doesn't get anything. Start. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Come on, we need another winner. We need another winner. 3, 2, 1. Gerald Ford. Not to be confused with Henry Ford. Oh, Sam Moore's here. Should we honor Sam Moore being here? Was Sam Moore the last pick or the 2 picks ago? Gerald Ford was a president. I'm aware of this. Matt says no. Fuck no. Sam, give me an answer as to why you didn't answer me 3 minutes ago when you were picked. Anthony says yes. I'm leaning more toward Anthony. No. I was driving to work. Give him a gift card. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? You start now, then what? I don't know what you're saying. Sam Moore is trying to buy me. Zander is so easy. The rules are the rules. Joe, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, Joe, the way I look at it is everybody here supports the channel. And my goal is to get everybody something eventually. I know I can't do that all in one day. I know I can't. I'm not made of money bags, like I said. But if you're here, my goal is to get you something. Like everybody. So, Sam, boy, this chat is hating on you, man. All right, how about this? I got to compromise. Sam Moore, I got to compromise. I'm not going to give you the full package, all right? The full list of giveaways, but I will give you a short sleeve t-shirt. How's that? All right, I'll order you a short sleeve. I'm going to do one more winner, all right? I still want one more winner, all right? So relax. Relax, everybody. It'll be like Sam never even won. Sam, you pick a t-shirt for me. Go on JAKIBsports.com or look at the screen right now and pick a short sleeve t-shirt. You can pick the black classic one. You can pick JAKIB Nation t-shirt. You can pick JAKIB Sports bleeds green or JAKIB Nation bleeds green. You can pick Stout U. You can pick the Dallas Toilets collection. You can pick whatever you want. One short sleeve t-shirt. All right. One short sleeve t-shirt and I'll order it for you. No, I don't want to leave. I just have other stuff to do. Believe me, I'd sit here and talk all day, but I literally have other stuff to do. Like that, I have to do on the channel that I can't do when I'm live. You know, I post clips from the shows, podcast. Our Birds 365 podcast gets over 1,000 downloads a day. I got to post that for the people. I can't download it until the show's over. All right. I just didn't send a super. I don't know what that means. Just pick a damn t-shirt, brother. You're typing. I don't know what you're typing. Start. All right, we're picking another winner because you guys are sispots. One shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. I got you, Sam. You're good. Just pick a T, all right? I'm compromising with you. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. Never mind. Wait a second. It didn't work. My bad. All right, here we go. Start. Confirm. One. Dude, you just keep sending stupid stuff. I appreciate it, though. I mean, shit, I'm not going to be mad at you. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Start. Slagger, I need a whole lot of things, brother. That's just one of many. All right. I need an editor. I need all sorts of stuff. 3, 2, 1. Captain Caveman. Ain't no way Captain Caveman is in this chat. Sam. Captain Caveman? Ain't no way Captain Caveman is in this chat. Captain Caveman, what the fuck? I don't know, guys. Captain Caveman's out at sea. Watch, I'm going to go back, and this guy's going to appear in the chat, too. I'll be making another deal with somebody. Confirm. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Watch. Ready? Captain Caveman's going to appear. Sam, pick a t-shirt. 4, 3, 2, 1. Brett Jordan. We're about T-minus a minute from me picking a winner in the chat myself. Handpicked. No complaints. Brett Jordan, are you here? Jeff Fox, I did not get a super chat from you. Oh, I got this one. That they got the ref that ejected CJ from the game Sunday. Looked it up. We're 0-6 when he's reffing the game. Jeff, that's not true. That's not true, bro. It's not true. Jeff, we're 2-1 with him since 22, brother. Eduardo, shut your ass up. Eduardo, you did have a good super chat today, though, that we talked about for like 5 to 8 minutes. Brett Jordan. He's done. Start. Oh, my God. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Come on. Bird Gang Girl, you might be my pick because you're the only one who's patient. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ninja Boy. Who are these fucking names? Why have I never heard of these people? Ninja, are you here? Large bleed green. Thank you, Sam Moore. I will send that out. All right. Email me. Ninja Vortex is like, bro, what? Ninja Vortex? Who the fuck? Where's my mouse? Oh, Dirty Air. Did you get your jersey? I got to pull it up. I got to check it out. Let me go check out your DM. People are going to be mad at you for delaying me, but I really don't care. I want to see this. I've been waiting. I love when the people get the stuff. Yeah, baby. Yo, that looks sick. Dirty Air, you don't mind if I show this, right? Dude, that thing is sick. It looks so good on you, too. Hell yeah, my dude. Hell to the freaking yeah. Go for it. All right, cool. I'm going to show it. Check out Dirty Air. This is our legend member. All right. Check him out, yo. Look at this. Look at this. With the black Cooper DeJean. With the Cooper DeJean. Dude, that's fresh. And you can see the little postcard, the JAKIB postcards back there. I see it. Dirty Air. Thank you, bro. That's dope. Jersey looks great on you, too, bro. Jersey looks great on you. Love it, man. Congrats on the win. Congrats on the win, and thank you for your support as always. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, the black Cooper DeJean. That a lot of people wanted that jersey. A lot of people wanted that jersey. Large bleed green. Okay, Sam Moore, just DM me, bro. Let's get this fucking Ninja Vortex off my screen. Ninja Vortex, if I ever see you in my chat, you're going to hear from me. I'm just kidding. I don't know what. Sam, I'm confused by you, my guy. I'm sorry. Email me or something that where we can communicate like human beings. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Come on. I want a winner. I might have just done 4. I'm not sure what I did. 3, 2, 1. John Wick. Come on, John. I know you. Come on, John Wick. Come on, John Wick. Embrace. I'm about to just pick you. Matt A. NG. I might just pick you. Broad, I'm thinking about picking you. Ryan, I would pick you, but you fucking stink. I got you back. I got you back, Ryan. Close enough to Joe Whip. Yeah, that's true. John Wick, Joe Whip. That's not bad. Papato, you're not even a member. You're not getting picked. And if I do pick somebody, I'm picking a legend member that's in the chat. Matt, although Matt is a great supporter. You dropped him some super chats today. Let me do one. Let me do a couple more of these. All right, let's rattle through it. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Come on. Come on. Howard, I'll pick you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Derek Pointer. Yo, we are running out. I'm Big Z is more fed up with this than you guys are. Try no shuffle. Philly Don wants it to go with his hat. Philly Don, the thing is with you, though, you won a jersey yesterday, so I would try and take care of another legend member. Green Kango lost his powers. Wait, Abe, I got the fix. I got 2 Green Kangos. See, this is the no vent hair, so this has no vents. This one's got the vents. See the vents? Let's try this one, all right? I've been wearing the vent one. Let's go no vents. Let's see what this one can do. 10 push-ups and 3 shuffles. I'll crank out 10 push-ups. You know, when I was a kid, man, I won a push-up contest on my hockey team. All right. I had a Russian coach. And we were like, what were we, like 10, 11 years old? We were like peewees. We were real young. All right. And we had a bunch of Russians on our hockey team. I was playing AAA. I was playing AAA hockey. I was good. I was good when I was young. We had a bunch of Russians on our team, and I think our Russian coach wanted the Russians to win, so he gave a contest. The first player on the team who can do 100 push-ups, start to finish, with no breaks, I will give a $100 bill to. All right, a $100 bill to. Well, Big Z won the contest, all right? You're going to give me a fucking contest that comes in a push-ups. I'm going to win it. And the Russian got like 93. I come up, I did 110. Easy money. Coach never paid me. Coach never gave me the $100 bill. Fucking Russian. That Rusky. I knew it. Yeah, Matt. I was a push-up machine when I was a kid. I was a machine when I was a kid. Russian coach. How do you not give me the 100 though? Isn't it right? This is bullshit. Guy gets me all excited. I go home to my mom and dad. I'm like, woo, I won. I did 100 push-ups. He didn't give me shit. Come on, man. Fucking guy didn't give me the win. All right, we're doing one more pull here, and then I might pick a winner. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Come on. Keith wants 20 now. Keith, I'll bang out 20 now. And the thing with my push-ups is they're perfect. 2, 1. El Yepa already won something. New winner. M. Halpin, there you go. Army. Give me 100. I don't know if I could give you 100 anymore, man. I work too much now. Although one of my 2025 goals when this season ends is I gotta get myself back in the gym. Yeah, but if you're in here, I will send you some merch. I'm already sending out your thing. Wow, really cool, Chris. I love AAA hockey, man. That was a lot of fun. 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles, 4 shuffles. I went 4. Boda, I'll give you a 1 a day for 100 days. I love it. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Tyree Ergel. Oh, my God. Yes, it is, Chris. It's expensive. Come on, Tyree. This guy ain't here. Yeah, Ergel. Like, he couldn't even pick Eagle. What is Ergel? Go Ergel. Papato, when are you becoming a member, man? You're a gray. You're a gray. Lunchtime with Zander in 20 minutes. Fuck. Dude, you guys are saying, Joe Whip says push-up contest with Cilio. Well, today that wouldn't fare so good, but you guys are aware that Cilio still holds the bench press record at the University of Miami, which has had how many great football players come through, at 545 pounds. Big Sills was a fucking beast, all right? Big Sills was a literal monster, all right? You guys might not know that about Big Sills. He still, to this day, holds the weight room record. I don't care how many years ago it was, Joe Whip. The fact that the record has stood for 50 years should tell you all you need to know. Cilio's a tank, exactly. Start. I met Sills in person. Sills is a beast. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. Papato, the link is on the pin chat. 1, Miz. Miz just followed me somewhere on Twitter, I think. Miz, are you here? Is this my winner? Tony, is that my winner that followed me on Instagram? That's an interesting one, KCA, the backstory and how you brought Sills in. Tony, all right, cool. I got you over there. Zan is shuffling and I'm shoveling. Akbar, I appreciate you bringing me into your home, man, and listening to me and putting me up. All right, that's cool of you. I always appreciate the people that listen. Akbar, you know I love you, brother. Miz, you're done. I'm going to keep doing this until we get a winner. Because if I, you know how it goes. If I pick someone, you guys will fucking cry. You guys will fucking cry to the high heavens. 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. And don't say you won't. All the people here, I won't cry. Flex, you won't cry. Because you'll want, don't pick me. Don't pick me. Man, shut the fuck up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sophania Floyd. 1 second. I got to take this phone call. Do it 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Sophania Floyd, are you here? You can pick your nose, but you can't pick a winner. Ain't that the truth? All right, I'm picking somebody, and I already know who I'm picking. All right? I already know who I'm picking. But I want to hear from you guys. Who should I pick? I already know who I'm picking. All right? I've already decided who I'm picking, but there's a few people that could convince me to pick somebody else. All right? Who am I picking? Or who should I pick? Who should I pick? James Jones. No, I'm already ordering him a Commander jersey. Caleb would be a good one. Akbar. Your best supporter should be first. The legendary. That would be a good idea. Pick a legend, Z. I agree. Should be probably a legend. I think the person I have in mind is actually not a legend, but part of me, it almost feels like it doesn't matter at this point because I want to, but legends should get priority here. Ooh, and the other guy I was thinking about is a legend. This is where the problem with picking. You guys are gonna get so, I don't want someone to get butthurt. All right. And then if I say who I was thinking about, you're like, damn, we should pick me. Oh man, this might be a losing proposition I just set myself up for. Yo, Keith, I love your comments. Keith, you always have good comments. CZ, my guy. Matt says, you don't have to pick me. I want to win the hard way. Yeah, we're seeing how hard it is. We're seeing how hard it is. All right, I got one guy in mind here. All right. That's a good one, Cody K. Crowley's great. Crowley would be a good winner. And Crowley's a great supporter. He's a legend member. He shows out. He's got great takes in the chat. Crowley, you were not the name I had in mind, but you are a good pick. Kenny Sprague is also a good pick. All right. Matt's a good pick. But right now, none of them are my pick. Nad, no. Matt, no. Crowley, no. All right. Crowley does deserve it. I almost feel like it should be Crowley. All right, I'm going to stick to my guns here, though. I'm going to go with my original pick, okay? I'm going to go with my original pick. I am going to give 2 pieces of JAKIB merch of his choice. It is going to be Akbar, all right? I'm going to pick Akbar. I want Akbar to win. He's a member. He comes on the post game every week. He supports the channel. He's a great guy. I like when he reaches out to me. And I'm going to pick Akbar today. All right? I'm picking Akbar for the win. By the way, one of the reasons I wanted to pick Akbar also is Akbar won something and wasn't present for the day that he won. So I wanted to pick Akbar. All right? Crowley, I got to get you something. Kenny, I got to get you something. Matt, I got to get you something. All right? I'm going with Akbar. Akbar, I love you, bro. I appreciate the hell out of you. I appreciate all you guys. You know that. Flex, I love you. Daz, if you're in here. Boda, everybody. Flex and Daz are fighting. It's like my 2 kids are fighting. Although you guys aren't my kids, you're my brothers. How about that? My 2 brothers fighting. Akbar, I love you, bro. You're a great supporter, and I appreciate the hell out of you. And no, he's not. That's bullshit. He gives me shit. All right. That's who I'm going with. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in today. I got some things I got to tend to real quick. So let me run. Akbar, instead of emailing you, I'm already connected with you. I'm going to DM you. All right, bro? So go over on Twitter and load up your DMs. I'll DM you there, and I'll organize what to order you. All right. And Tony, congrats on your win. And Sam Moore, okay? Sam Moore, large bleed green tea. Please, did you email me, Sam Moore? I got no way to connect with you. I got no way to connect with you with Sam Moore. So if you're listening, Sam Moore, this is what I want you to do. Listen very carefully if you're listening. Zander at jakibmedia.com. Email, I'm Sam Moore. This is my address. Send the large bleed green tea here. If you don't do that, you're not winning because I can't send it to the fucking abyss. All right. All right. Love you all. See you next time, everybody, on Birds 365.
You've been listening to Birds 365, the destination for the passionate Eagles football fan who bleeds green. If it's Eagles football, we're talking about it. Debate inside the locker room and guests that are some of the greatest football minds from around the region. We hope you enjoyed the show. We know we had a blast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hook up with us on social media at JAKIB Sports. See you next time on Birds 365.